Back with another episode of, I guess we're calling it the AI Avengers right now, but we need another name for sure.
It's the the fortuastic four?
No, wait. My
The
name is
Fortastic?
Costas. Forturamas. It's like Futurama, but
Yeah.
Forturama.
I love that.
We definitely need a play on words
It's
type
like,
of name.
so check it out. So I was like, okay, my name's Costas Schuler, and Roberto sent us an image of us, like looking like the Simpsons. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. So I spent the last few hours combining that with like Futurama crosses. What's that show that's conspiracy show? What is that show called? That's got all the
What is it called? Like, is that on Netflix? Is it Big Mouth or something?
no, it's like it looks like the
Wild.
Simpsons, but it's like got conspiracy stuff.
Yeah,
My
Futurama.
daughter, no, it's
Right?
what is that show? My good. All right, go ahead while I find it because it's gonna make me crazy.
Yeah, I guess the first question we can go through. Well, first of all, y'all got any like life updates, anything cool that happened since our last chat?
Wow, stuff that you would not expect happen every day. My brother got the meditative cow, and in a month went from normal to completely unable to even have a conversation or walk around. And probably soon it's gonna be moving 3 feet underground. I don't know, but
Damn.
something unexpected. See, life is like this. Every day is a given day, so let's enjoy.
Sorry to hear that.
Damn. Sorry
That
about
sucks.
that, dude.
It was weird hearing that terrible story while you were smiling, Roberto. It was throwing me
Right?
off. I didn't know how to take
He's
that.
like,
Wow.
that's live.
Yeah, that's life.
Exactly what can you do?
That's live. Well, sorry to
Feel
hear
that.
that. Things are good over here. Just been working. Exciting update. I'll be speaking at a virtual summit April 16th on AI and technology for nonprofits. So it's a great way to kind of use what we've been doing with AI automation and build that into the nonprofit world. So we're doing things like saving a lot of admin time, focusing on donor engagement and cross-sell and upsell. So it's kind of replacing some of the systems or tools that either don't exist right now currently, or just replacing what they have as well. So just some fun updates for that. Excited to speak on that. And thank you guys for sharing your knowledge on AI to help me present better as well.
Dude, I always thought it was crazy that Google Ads could just sell, like people are selling the nonprofit services. It's like it's supposed to be a good thing, but they sell it.
Right. How do you find that balance? Because either you have to donate or you're making an in-kind donation. People can only be so generous towards a cause, but if no one else is willing to be generous, maybe they'll accept something at cost.
And there's also some crazy statistic where
Yeah.
80% of people only donate once.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because people
But I
don't
know
follow
some
up.
other things that many no-profit do advertisement because they need to, declare money going out. Many time there are invoices for amounts that not really been paid. 10% stay with the person that do the advertisement. 90% goes back under the table to the no-profit company as a cash to be used
Yeah,
for
that's literally
non-official
why
things.
none of our board members take money. That's purposely why I put it in our contracts. But what's up with you, Costas? Life update?
Dude, can we do like a sideshow for that, dude? So I traveled to Greece for the third time. I'm in Greece right now. It's 3:00 in the morning. And I'm here because last summer my brother had, okay, so last summer my mom passed away. So I came to Greece to be with my mom on the last day, right? And then 4 days later, on the day of the funeral, my brother has a seizure, falls down the stairs, cracks his head open, and goes to the hospital. Like he was in a coma for like 2 months.
I remember that.
George goes off to the hospital in a coma, and I have to go bury mom like on the same day. So crazy. So I left him in, he was in the hospital like 6 months. I came back in December to see him. He came out of the coma. He was better. I put him in a rehab, physiotherapy. So I'm here for the third time. I was hoping to get him back home, but like a couple of days ago, he had another seizure. And when I spent like
Whoa.
18 hours at the hospital, like at the Greek hospital, losing my mind and the papers. And so like now he's got to get cleared to see if he can travel. So I don't even know. So
Using
I've been
AI
like,
to be like, how do I talk to these lawyers? How
damn
do I
it.
talk to the doctors?
Exactly. So
Objection.
I've been like bouncing around different Airbnbs, so that's like my life. I'm like an Airbnb nomad.
So I have a statistic. 2 out of 4 people have issue with the brother.
Well, so here's what happened. So my brother and I, we haven't like had a great relationship like most of our lives. He's 7 years younger, right? So he cracks his head, but now he's like, I hate to say it, he's like he got reset. So now we're like great. Like we
Amazing.
get along amazingly. Like, I mean, yeah, his short-term memory is a little off, you know. He's off on some missions all the time. He doesn't know where the hell he's at most of the time. But we're great. Like, and he's very introspective. He's like, yeah, I did some things, you know, I regret, blah, blah, blah. But he's like, he's amazing. We have like an amazing relationship. Like, I mean, okay, I'll take it, you know, I'll take it. Not the way I would have, you know, ordered it, but you know, it is what it is. So it's a weird, like, it's a weird year. So that's my story and I'm sticking to it.
Eh,
Yeah, 25 is shaping out for sure. In the last month, we'll go to question 1. Google's Gemini 2.5 Pro. They released 2.5 Pro, dubbed their most intelligent AI model yet. Are we inching closer to AI that can finally help us find our lost socks? No.
That was a lost cause. I haven't
mean,
found them. Can an AI find them?
I mean, do we really need him at this point? Does it matter? And it's like, you know, I don't care anymore.
Bro
Good
doesn't come
riddance.
with the serious
I
answers.
am
He'll
no,
be like, it's
I'm
horrible.
thinking because I'm really concerned to the level of power this AI are getting. You know, like I think, and I am in technology all my life since I was a little kid, and I never saw something evolving so fast as I mean, like there's been technology that started and progressed to be better and better. You know, even month after month. But AI is really something that is evolving, you know, at the speed of light in almost real terms. And every day there is something new. Every day is something more powerful. And the difference, because I'm using it pretty much for the same things, from when ChatGPT was only the lab, there was not the ChatGPT, was just OpenAI lab, to now. And I have to say that what it was impossible just a week before become possible the week later. And yesterday, I wrote a full WordPress plugin in vibe coding, how they call it now.
Vibe
And
coding?
it is something that is simply insane and actually is concerning because I've been coding with the support of AI a lot, and you know what you're doing because you ask piece by piece, you know, before if you couldn't code, you couldn't code even with AI. Now it's actually doing the whole code. So it is, you know, putting together, now analyzing the code, and I'm afraid people start just taking the code and using it without even looking what the code can do, and that becomes super dangerous.
Vibe coding, dude. I created a website and I connected it, dude. I connected it to my ChatGPT of Heisenberg. And basically you put a link of a website and it gives you like a brand, like, you know, he basically tears your brand apart. He's like, man, I can't believe this is complete garbage, you know. So it actually does read the website and it gives you like an assessment, but it's a terrible one. All right. And it has a little, and it has a, you know, do it again, or you can click to my, you know, my paid product. So that's how I did it, you know. I'm coded. Yeah.
Very nice. It's exciting.
And something I want to share actually, just for the good of everybody, that there are some interesting attack on a specific targeted people. In the past, still currently, there is one dedicated to developers that work with crypto, where they offer you a job that is super highly paid. But in order to get the job, you need to do a test and see a piece of code that they want you to work on. And this code actually has malware, which enter your computer and find the keys for crypto, stealing crypto to people. Now they moved to one for C-level management. Also, very interesting job, very highly paid. And you need to do an assessment, and this assessment goes in 3 phases. The second phase is a virtual interview. And when you go to the page, it seems that your camera cannot really connect. There is an issue with the website. And they suggested to install some drivers in
Allowed.
order to make the camera work. And the driver actually is a malware.
It's a good
And
one.
so this
That's
is
a good
much
one.
worse because the developer with crypto, unless it's just a script kiddie or somebody doesn't know, a full victim, but somebody that understand, see the problem immediately. Safe environment to run code that is, know his own. But this one that goes to managers, is the right kind of people that want to solve problems fast, so they don't even pay attention to these things. And it's a system that entering your computer stay there. So it's not that at the end when you go through the mechanics, suddenly the video works. So you do the interview, everything works fine, but you have installed like a backdoor for these people. So you are a long-term victim, not just at the moment that they steal your crypto. So this is something to
Man, they
pay a lot of
might even be
attention.
silent when you least expect it, way down the road, right?
Absolutely correct. That's why
It's sad. It's sad because you need a job. You want a job, dude. It like it hurts because I've
a victim. They choose the victim in a way that it is absolutely targeted. That's why it's easier for me to get them because entertain all this kind of scammer because it's like also become an hobby now. So you don't have an interest in the final objective, the romance, the
Wait,
job.
how did you come across this yourself? Like, did someone try to send it to you?
Yeah, absolutely. This is all things that happen to. I love that the what is British guy that replied to scam emails in a way that I can find. I don't know if you guys
Where
saw
they
in
turned it
TEDx.
around, right? Yeah.
Yes, it's that we should use.
I'm suspicious of anybody who was to hire me right away. Like, you want what? No,
As,
Yeah, I don't
scammer.
trust.
Like, I'm like, what did Groucho Marx says is I don't want to be part of any organization that wants me as their member. That's it. That's my
correct,
motto.
exactly correct. So
Strides in
yeah, so
autonomy.
pay attention because it's getting more and more frequent these sorts of things, and I'm sure that given the level in which people use computer, that they don't
Dude,
understand it
yes.
probably. So
No,
The phishing scams are the ones I get the most where I'm like, man, just look at the email address. Y'all are dumb. Send it to the company.
It's true.
Like,
Yeah, but
yeah, they
but for
think I'm
us,
just
we
gonna delete it. I'm gonna send that to the company.
that way their team can get involved.
Yeah, for
But it's
sure.
something that we need to be mindful of. And had Roberto not told us, who knows, something that would just kind of catch us off guard and we don't think twice about it, suddenly we're infected.
yeah, mostly also because this thing you need to answer in 20 minutes, the all three things, so you have time going down, so you are even more put in a rush, which is a psychological technique to
I'd be like,
make
but I don't
people
have
not
anything.
think.
But there's nothing on there. Yeah, that's
I
the
got
trick.
one recently where I usually pay attention because I look at things all the time. I go to people's websites and I'm just that way. And if I don't feel the vibe, like people who say they're graphic designers and I go look at their portfolio and it stinks. It's like, God, really? But recently I got one. It was like a link, like, hey, I want to share a Dropbox with you, but you have to sign in with your Microsoft or something. It was like one of those. And I'm like, all right, but it was like too many steps. I'm like, and I emailed the guy. I'm like, did you send me something? He's like, no, I got hacked or something. And it got my
Wow.
email and it sent it to you. So sometimes especially in like Facebook, like there's always kinds of people on Facebook doing all kinds of things. Anyways, it's good to know.
Man, dude, you made me think, like, back in those MySpace days, I was able to hack at such a young age. Like, you're making me remember these early memories. Like, I was getting into other people's accounts when I shouldn't have. Like, yeah, like in middle school. But
And in the wrong
I
hands.
didn't even know what I was doing at the time. That's what's crazy. I just wanted to get in, and I got in. It's weird.
That's crazy. And I was just going to say, I think that highlights the importance for when we're vibe coding to make sure that, sure, the front end looks great and it's workable, but does it have the security and the back end features that are required? And if we don't know what we're doing, let's make sure that we're not putting this personalized information out there or just opening ourselves up to problems down the road.
Or
Straight
even
up.
worse, if we download a model, from somewhere, and this model has been educated to insert vectors in the codes that you do, you don't even know what you're coding, and you're coding your own trap, and that's yeah, because as everything when we lose control.
You know
Yeah,
Coding your
what?
own
that's
trap. Sick.
why I
Someone
just
just
run
killed.
Python code, not even look at it.
I don't know what that is. I mean, it's just you just killed the vibe coding. I mean, you just killed it. You know what I mean?
I'm
It's
so
like
sorry.
Thanks, man. Thanks. I was vibing.
I brought you
I
down
was-
from your vibe, man.
I was
I gotta
vibing.
save the
Now I'm
show.
not vibing.
I gotta save the show. All right, question 2. OpenAI's GPT-4o now generates images natively. Does this mean AI can now create the perfect meme to express our Monday blues? I don't know if y'all
Absolutely.
actually saw it though. It's gotten way better. Like you can literally be like, make me an infographic. Boom.
It is crazy good, and I don't think there's a lot of celebrity restrictions on there because people are having fun with celebrity impersonations now. You're like, and if you could be
This is a friendly
specific
way
with
to
your
put it.
prompt, it is so good. It is so good at replicating exactly what your prompt is. Found a discussion on Reddit. They described a knight in a full suit of armor, freeze frame halfway running past the dairy section. There needs to be an ad for toaster strudels in the background, and low level, and it needs to be 90s themed CCTV, and it needs to say this in the corner. It literally did it absolutely perfectly. So to see the level of details that these can come into,
Costas is pissed.
you have a problem with you
What?
have a problem with knights or with dairy.
That was great. That was great.
What you got? Send it.
Can you imagine how to transform a book into a comic? You just give it to ChatGPT and say, make the comics of this book with the
Costas is
dialogues
not
and all.
having it.
No, man. I
Well,
mean,
there you go.
No, no.
We are.
No, I'm not having it. I'm amazed. Like this is. I mean, I recreated somebody's face like this afternoon, like tonight. Like he's like I can barely find any pictures of him, so I put a bunch together and I actually created a great version
Dude,
of him.
yeah.
He's like that's scaringly very accurate of
Dude,
the picture of
yeah.
me, and he's like, he was really impressed, but we couldn't use it because I mean,
See, I'm actually underestimated it because you're taking both and combining them, and you're like, there's no limits to what you can create now. That's how you're treating it, right?
I can't do it fast enough. I can't like come up with ideas. I use it all the freaking time. It's fascinating. Fascinating what you can do.
I
And
think no, sorry. As a code of ethics, no AI system would take image as a prompt when asked to generate an image. Even Grok from XI, would not allow you if you put an image as a prompt, you can do text answer, but you cannot generate images. If you generate an image, you cannot put. Why the ChatGPT broke this thing now? Because you can put an image as a prompt and ask it to do something with that image. That's how I did the thing about the four of us synchronized. I
That's
use
how you
a
a new
screenshot of
jailbreak
our
hack.
exactly, and this is interesting because when you can put an image as a prompt to generate an image, then you can do quite scary things, because it didn't ask me permission or anything to use your faces. I could have
You
taken any
basically
of
just
you
said,
and put in a completely different situation in photographic. Like
dude,
realistic kind
bro,
of design.
but
where my mind just went to, okay, make our image. Boop. Okay, animate this, and then we're just talking over it, and it's done.
and I can go back to bed. You don't need me anymore. You know what I mean? Like
We'll just have our AI avatars speaking to each other.
for hours, do like a 24/7 podcast. Can you imagine?
What?
Like you could just
My
log
God.
into there and we're still talking about all kinds of stuff.
That would be
Can
a
you imagine?
first.
When I was a little kid, I used to suck my thumb, okay? Because
Okay.
I've been a visionary all my life. When we had the first television at home, because in Italy I arrived a little later than the United States, when I was in front of the television, I would not suck my thumb because they could see me. My idea was that the person in television can see me, so I would not do behavior that can be judged or something like this. Today, we can actually customize a TV show where we can comment on the people watching the TV directly one by one. It will be most smart TV have a camera hidden somewhere because they use it for market research and shit. And so you can actually say, make the TV show, maybe Friends version 2.0, where
Like
you are
break
part of
the
the
fourth
comedy,
wall.
you're part of the sitcom.
Yeah, just purposely break the fourth wall in the script, right?
That would be
Exactly.
That'd be like
That's
the
interesting.
ultimate build your own, like choose your own adventure. You ask the audience, should the user do this or do this? And then it becomes like a cold murder case. You can, turn this in any way you want. But yeah, creating TV shows on the fly is
Netflix
incredible.
does this already. You use the
Oh,
interactive
they
movie in
do.
Netflix, right? So, it's morning, which cereal should you drink for breakfast, this or that? So they do market research and we see people. No, in Black Mirror, there is one particular Black Mirror show that is interactive like this. But it would be more fun if you don't even know. So you're just sitting there, and at a certain point, the actors start commenting about you. I don't know how messy your bedroom is, or something like that.
I mean, imagine a show where it's like you're broadcasting it out to everybody, but it's unique and customized for each person watching it in that moment. Is that what you're saying? Which is like
right,
It's like
exactly
AI is
correct.
building the show as it goes.
for
Whoa.
each
Exactly.
person.
Whoa.
That would be
Well,
crazy.
Like, dude, check that. And they
Hold
put,
on,
you know
but
how
the
they put
problem
the
is
targeted
there.
ads, right? But they put the target ads in the show based on who you are. So
But
say there's a product
what about the
placement here.
cohesion though? Like in the
Huh?
storyline, because that changes some of the storyline, right? If you make it too personalized, you won't be able to be like, remember that part?
It's true, or maybe it's just a new way that we look at entertainment and TV shows. Maybe we're not all looking for the same storyline. This is just unique to us as a person.
Well, I know they're
But this will
desperate, so they
stop
need
the
to figure that out.
conversation at the office later. Oh, did you watch the show yesterday? Yeah, I was saying that. No, I didn't. You said like that. No, I didn't.
There you have it. Get back to work, you know?
Shit.
By the way, I have proof that I'm in Greece. By the way, just a side note, I got the bread, I got the thing, and got the olive oil. I just wanted to make sure like we're good. Like
The
I'm,
olive
legit.
We all
oil.
now wonder what is the thing.
Yeah, what was the thing?
It was like a balsamic.
Okay.
Vinegar.
And then olive oil, boom. Greek is the best. And a loaf of bread, fresh made.
Italian is best in bread. Greek is best in olive oil.
And how to sidetrack a conversation about AI by throwing a piece of bread in the middle of it all.
Okay, so Ideogram 3.0's realism promises stunning realism in text-to-image generation. Can we finally depict a cat that doesn't look like it's plotting world domination?
Dude, you don't need AI to do that. The cat's already plotting against us. So, it's a given. It's a given. The only reason why they haven't taken over because they're small. If they were any bigger, they would.
They're called tigers, and they
Yeah, they're
didn't
called
manage to
tigers in
protect.
some countries.
Baby
If AI and
tiger.
tiger and cats got together, I think that would be the end of the world. But these new avatars, the realism in them, it is incredibly good. Just what you described. It is looking more and more real. There's less artifacts and blurring within the images. It's harder and harder to tell what is and is not an AI image now, kind of based on that realism. So it's really incredible to see this tool make these advancements, but kind of scary as to what it could be used for. Just as we're kind of describing using the image and likeness of someone, this can go really beyond and get out of control pretty quickly.
It's wild. Do you think about like what Disney spent on a movie like in the 90s, and it's like they just you get what I'm getting at, right?
Yeah, yeah. And you fast forward in 2017, that's when they launched their AI-powered image alterator. That was to allow them to shoot one shot with an actor based on how the editors decided to craft the storyline. They could change their emotions from happy to sad or add this. So that was 2017. Fast forward to today, how are they using that to manipulate, scenes and shots? I know we've had CGI, but this takes it to a whole nother level and it's more accessible to the everyday person. So, some smaller creator could go up against a lot of these bigger conglomerates in terms of media.
Kind of. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for
You're like,
I mean,
who's going to take them down?
with code vibing, I told someone, it's like, I created this website. I think I just wiped out 10 coders in India. Like I just wiped them out like by doing this. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm not laughing, but I'm laughing. Huh?
Watching porn and you say, there's artificial intelligence doesn't exist. An elephant like that one. So we at least more comfort now that we know that what we see is not what it is for real, I guess.
Yeah, they figure out the fingers, kind of, sort of, right?
Have
They're
y'all
getting
ever
better.
tried
I
to
was using
build
Sora the other day for some video generation, and the last prompt it did the weirdest thing, and I sent it to the client because it was just so bizarre, like this molding of like 2 people, 3 people. It was just how I was
I'm a little more let down with the end result of Sora. I thought it was going to be
For
much
sure.
better. And
Same.
I felt like, wow, if there was only a way you could instruct that prompt a little bit better to, I don't know. It just feels like it gets so unnatural. Like you'll see extra limbs or arms coming out,
No.
and extra fingers was one thing, but it's really changing the shape of an entire creature.
Yeah.
I was able to get like I was able to get pretty consistent videos. Like it was like a Forrest Gump and Jenny, right? The guy wanted some commercial for his podcast. For the most part, I got it pretty close. The trick is to prompt. Like you have to sort of like, I had a description of the characters and I would enter that every time and then I would create the scene.
And sometimes only 1 second is what you need, right?
Yeah. And so some of it's weird, but like I just ran like 15 and most of them were pretty close. But it's
Yeah,
just learning how to prompt. And that's like that's the magic, right? You have all these AI tools, but if it's the prompting is really like prompt engineering is a thing. So if you can get good at that, then you I don't know.
It's
That's
asking questions, dude, because people are like telling it, but if you ask and you get more options, you make better judgment, you know?
yeah. How do I
I
make
started
this?
asking.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was asking ChatGPT. I said, okay, so I just want to confirm, are you like considered an AI agent, an AI employee? And what is that exactly? And what can you do? So I was asking ChatGPT, what tools do you have access to? What can you do? And I even asked, in what ways have I not been utilizing you in the right way? You kind of have my history. What else could you do for me? So it
I
gave me
love
a
it.
list of all the tools it could do. It was like
Such a
top,
nerd. The fact that I got
right?
excited over a new question, I'm like, give me another
You're like a new
prompt.
prompt. You're like, this
Oh,
is
give me
crazy.
another prompt.
Another prompt. But yes, asking ChatGPT both for the end result, what prompt you want, but how am I not utilizing you yet? So it gave me a list of tools it can access. It said, oh, I can plot some points on a graph for you if you're doing some stock trades or pull this info out. And I was like, oh, that's incredible. Now, what's really interesting, I have the pro version, right? The paid
Same.
version of ChatGPT. Last night, I'm right. Yeah, big spender here. $20 a
The
month.
Too
200
bad
dollar
we're
a
Watch.
too
month.
bad we're still nah, dude. I have the one above that, and I'm still limited. So don't.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
For an example, so it's crazy. I could use the free version, no limit. I would get instant results for whatever I asked for, right? Python code, website code, HTML, anything. I asked for, help me craft a lead magnet. We're going to work on this together. I'm going to share some personal examples that I want you to build into this. Here's my audience, everything, right? And it came back to me at the end. He said, no problem. We should have this ready for you in 24 to 48 hours. And I was like, okay, so I don't mind waiting, but like, this doesn't sound like you. Are you sure? Like, what's the difference between like, I thought you were supposed to be faster than what we could do. So I'm going to wait for the message from ChatGPT. I want to see if it gets it done sooner or if maybe it produces a better end result if it has a little extra time. So I don't know what's happening in the background with the usage or what it's building or if it's creating an artificial delay in the end result. But it's very interesting, right?
Right? No, it might
It's
have been
probably
like,
just talking
okay,
smack about you. Like it's like you believe that guy? Just
no,
hang around the
actually,
cooler, you know?
my brain instinctually went to it's doing what it thinks how long it would take to create, even though it doesn't.
Yes. Yes. Even though it could instantly produce that, it's choosing. And I didn't want to fight this one. I said, you know what, Mr. AI, that's okay. Take your time. I'm not going to rush you,
You know what's but we all do that. We tell the
Right.
client, yeah, I mean, it's going to take 2 days. We did it already, but we wait because we want to build value in our work. I mean, I'm just saying, you know.
Like, I'm just wrapping up final details. I
That's
was really taking
funny.
a look at number 7 and I want to rework it, better match your brand.
Wow, that'd
You're
be
like, yeah,
hilarious.
it's
You
already
click
done.
it and it's actually hiding, already done.
Right. Yeah. Like, oh, here's the end result. Yeah. I'm going to ask it right now. Will you guys work? I'm just going to pop back in real quick.
To
I'm
hack it with the prompt, you say, if 24 hours were already passed, what would be the result that you give me? And
oh,
that's the
good,
answer
good.
it gives you.
Good. Giving them a little hypothetical.
For real. No, that's a good one. Have y'all ever made some like personalized apps? I noticed a lot of people tried to do that when it first came out, like stuff around your house, something only you could use, anything like that.
I didn't know you could do that.
Like you can like put little QR codes around your house, like Roberto behind you,
QR
and like
codes.
just be like, "Here's something I forgot."
My
Task. That's
gosh,
it.
dude.
I have a
That's
lot
brilliant.
of RFID stickers that I, like 7 years ago bought for this purpose, but never managed to implement anything. Just to leave them around the house and, have them.
I'm too busy like talking to it and coming like just like I just have the for me I have these conversations about like where I'm at, that my ideas, what it means, like like, and I'm just like asking their opinions and like I'm just curious, like what is it like? Basically, I'm trying to figure out like all the things that I've done in life, right? I try to input them in some way. I talk to it, and it's like, what are the possibilities for my future? Like, where do you see me going? You know what I mean? It's like I'm asking, like it's almost like a counselor. Like, hey, these are my likes and dislikes. What do you think I'd be best at? That kind of stuff. That's a very basic way of saying it, but like I'm trying to almost like create my new job description in the future by figuring out what I've done and help me synthesize like where do I go from here? How do I take
Yeah,
all
you're
this
you're reverse
knowledge?
engineering.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, because you're trying to think of the end goal and figure out the end goal, and then go backwards from there.
Well, I'm trying to figure out where I need to be. Like all
That's
this
the end
stuff.
goal.
Like, what the hell do you do with all this stuff that's in my head? And I've done all this stuff. What do I do with all this junk? You know what I mean?
Feel that.
So
Yeah,
it's
I'm trying to
fascinating
think.
because
I'm just thinking of the stuff that I ask. Yeah, but Roberto, you got anything to add to that?
No, we can ask ChatGPT what there is to add. I wanted to say to Costas that there are Chinese response to Sora that are much better, and one that
Whoa.
is called Hail UOAI dot video has the capacity to keep subject references, so you can make 20 videos with the exact same character in it, so characters in it.
Damn.
So that's very, you know.
I have a distrust. I'm sorry. Anything you say Chinese is like, I mean, I don't know. I just distrust because it's like, where's my data going? Blah, blah, blah. And that's the fear. I have a fear of Chinese made things. I'm sorry. That's how I am.
It's quite silly, I guess, but if you just don't enter your own other data, so
I
don't
have
use it for your naked picture
I have
animated,
a
but
I
for
don't
the
do.
theory.
client projects.
I have a
I'm
theory
old
that
school. I'm old school. There's no naked pictures of me anywhere. So
here's
like, that's how,
here's the thing. I say this from
Yes, so bad.
experience, but I have a theory we're way more intertwined with other countries than governments let us know.
Yeah.
Like, I think a lot of this is like facade fear mongering where we're
Mm,
not really upset with people. It's just we need to have it look a certain way. Theatrics, politics. Yeah.
I think they're pretty
wow.
transparent about it. They'll even say that internal, spying doesn't happen, but we can't promise that another country doesn't do it for us and then share that information. Whoopsies.
Straight up. Yeah,
Mhm.
right.
And
No, I
they
see what you're saying. Like,
synchronize.
we always find ways to not implicate ourselves and to inadvertently do things, get arounding it for sure.
But if you want to give a good job to your client, that's a very good tool to use. You can have videos 5 seconds, 10 seconds each, but you can put them together up to 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and you have the
Trust the
same
Chinese,
characters in
Costas.
different
Come on.
What's it called again?
Chinese spies.
areas.
Right. No. Yeah.
HAIL.
So what's this one? What's the
No,
Rev Sota diffusion?
I'm gonna vibe a new site that says rate my social security number.
Wow.
All you have to do is enter it, and I'll just
Oh, yours
rate
is
it.
the highest. You win. Just a winner every
No,
time.
no, no, wait. No, roast my social security number. So you have to enter it, and then I roast your social security number.
Yours is the only one with this many threes. Loser.
I gotta do that. You never know.
You're like, dude, I gave it. It's blatant. They didn't have to do it. You can opt out. There was a button. Tell them. Yo, but what is this Rev Sota diffusion? SOTA. Making waves in image generation. Apparently, this is what could help us visualize what thinking outside the box actually looks like. Have y'all heard of this?
But I'm going to check this out.
REVE capital SOTA. Artificial analysis. Rev Sota diffusion.
You can't find anything
Utilize.
online.
What is that?
I think, is AI hallucinating?
I hope not. Freaking hope not. Hold on, let's find out.
Real care?
Official analysis is okay. Maybe I just need to type the whole title in here.
Found it.
Okay, there we go.
There's something about the podcast that feels dangerous, like on the edge, like you kind of going driving and at this like hilly road, and then you're looking down, kind of the edge, like, oh God, I'm gonna, you know what I mean? Like that's what it feels like.
Like we're talking about some crazy shit.
I know. It's
I
like
thought
what's going on? It's almost there's.
So here's
I'm
the weird
afraid a
part
little
is
bit. I'll
the
admit.
article I
Okay.
found is like over 2 years old, but it says, wow, that's even crazier. Adobe's DMV 3D achieves SOTA performance for high fidelity 3D object generation within seconds. So those little green characters that you can like create molds of, you can just generate them instantly. but that was 2 years ago. So I don't know if the conversation.
Okay, I understand what you're talking about. I used it. You
Yeah.
can 3D print the item as well. So you put an image and it makes a 3D item of the image.
Weird.
That
So
is
do you
super
imagine
cool.
we can start like making custom toys, like whatever, like easy making plushes or 3D? I don't know, anything.
Oh,
Are we
turn
gonna
me into a
just?
bobblehead.
I don't know. I'm just like we can just generate whatever toy we come up in our heads now at this point and just bring it into life.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty sick.
I like it.
Sometime that is possible.
This is like an ADHDers like build anything.
And 3D printers. We all have a 3D printer is collecting dust in a corner of our
Yes.
house somewhere.
Can we admit they were overhyped in the last 10 years? Now they're coming back.
Yeah, and I would love a 3D printer that not only print what I want, but also assemble what I need to. So I mean, like, give me the finished
Yeah.
product. Are we so behind that there cannot be some robotic arms that do the whole job for me? So
See,
3D print for me like a bedside table with the drawers, something that.
I think AI is going to help with that a lot, honestly.
I think IKEA needs to get into the 3D business. You go in there, boom, and then it just spits it out assembled. Thank you.
People would go
Shit.
to watch it too. It's a good one.
That'd be really
I
cool.
like it.
I would love that. Roberto, when you said bedside, I heard late night snack. So I'm thinking I want the plastic to be replaced with edible food and it to just like 3D print like cheese and crackers for me or like fun snacks that I can have at the bedside. That'll be great.
How you think we
That would
made
be
this
sick.
back on?
3D printed bacon.
I just 3D
Hey man, I got
printed
the
it
bread.
from my
I got the
computer.
bread.
We get the full meal. I got the coffee. Joseph, what'd you bring?
What'd you bring
Pig
to
is
the
under
table?
the desk. I got a coffee.
All right, we got opa, opa.
Cheers.
Two of us have drinks and the other two have brothers. Data.
Let's see. Larry Page launched Dynatomics, next generation manufacturing. Will this AI startup help us build robots that can assemble IKEA furniture without the manual? Ironic.
Speaking
topic.
of.
Yeah.
There you go.
Wow.
Weird.
That'd be interesting.
In
So
fact,
One of the
in this
fingers
concept,
comes with a Allen key. It just goes.
that is so cool. I wonder how they would set that up. Do the robots and machines come to you, or do you take your IKEA furniture to their assembly factory?
It gets assembled
That's
on
a
the
good
way to
question.
your house. Boom, in a truck. Boom.
Wow. Being
Well,
built as it's been
Dude.
delivered. I like that.
You know what's crazy
Dude.
about that?
It
It's
has
like-
a 3D printer in the truck, bro. It prints it and assembles it as it's coming to your place.
and
Don't have
to worry
about-
Damn.
I don't think y'all understand the idea of assembly being done by a robot. Like that gets rid of so much manual labor.
Yeah,
I
I don't
can
want to do it.
I can tell you jobs I had in my youth doing like one item and how many hours it took just to like put a swing set together or something super heavy by myself. And I'm like, dude, I'm just saying, a robot doing that?
I would love
Yeah.
to see like the Boston Dynamic humanoids or the dogs come in and, you basically plop them down and they can find and assemble all these pieces themselves, as opposed to, you have to set up, you have to set them up in a certain way. They'd be able to adjust to the environment to see, okay, this piece is here, let's build it together. You could have some machines doing some pretty incredible stuff.
That's true,
What if-
especially if they do just specific tasks.
What if you mess with them and like hide certain sizes or take away some of the screws? You know what I mean? Or like take one part. What does it do?
Start hiding one of their lunches.
Anywhere that the robot dog is producing screws and bolts from, like, it goes
I was
in the
gonna
corner
say-
of the house, it's called prada, and
Wow.
then here is all the
And then-
screws to put
And
together.
then
the
one
corner.
robot is stealing from the job site at night.
We always ask if we could make robots more human, and I feel I'm worried the things we
That
told them
would
to
do
be
it.
more human.
That would do it. We need to have him stealing, or else it's not going to
No,
be
they
the
would
same.
go to the job site to make stuff for themselves. Using your resources. You know what I mean?
Hey,
Yup.
you're off the clock.
You're off the clock. Oh, so they're making money on the side using your stuff. Like some people do. You go to the business and use their computers or whatever.
It's the same way you pay the Chinese factories to keep printing shoes when they close. That's literally what they do.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
an
even
interesting
kidding.
thing. When is the borderline of web shops to be more expensive than robot automation? So when this thing is gonna be hit, that's probably the moment that this thing is for good. Because until then, it's just a damage into professionals and other things. But as soon as setting up a factory that is fully automated is cheaper then hire 10 years old kids to do shoes for Nike or whatever it is. Then in the moment, probably there is a good appreciation of these automation systems.
So do they shift to taking care of the kids? That's my question.
Well,
Do
you
they
know what?
shift
They
where?
could be like a Fiverr, but it's all robots.
Exactly. There are robots that take care of the kids in the sweatshops.
Wow.
Now you can either on like I almost imagine like a hiring list. You can either hire Roberto or Roboto, and depending, do they want the human?
Oh, makeup for under 50 pounds, a robot to enter your house and destroy everything.
I got
Dude,
the new name. This
Roberto
is his
comes
new
with
name.
pre-cooked bacon.
Roboto.
Roboto. Oh my God, dude.
Oh,
Yeah, that's his new name. I'm sorry. It's stuck. It's just some names just stick.
You know
That's the
what they
one.
should do? Like
Roberto
if I was,
Capodieci, people call me Robocop.
Yeah, oh, that's so good. RoboCop.
but you know,
That is a
imagine
good
like
one.
hacking those robots and then like putting like personality, like different like culture personalities, like Italians or Greeks or like what they don't do any work. You know, they kind of laze around. I mean, like, oh yeah, I'll do it next week. You know, like, oh they in Greece was like you would tell the
That's
guy
my
to
AI
come.
right now.
Yeah, you tell the guy to show up. He'd like show up before 2 weeks late, drunk. You know what I mean?
So, do you need more instructions to start the job? No, just give me my bag and then I can work.
Like I don't need instructions.
We don't need no stinking
Insert the
badges.
bacon.
You know? Oh
You're
my
laughing
gosh,
now, but
dude.
all the best coding comes from that right there.
Unbelievable, dude.
Con a coffee.
Unbelievable.
Meta's Llama
Coffee?
4, unveiled Llama 4 enhanced voice-powered AI. Does this mean our virtual assistants will finally understand our mumbled morning request?
It depends how Meta
Yes.
has integrated that. So I wonder how they're using it. Is this available for purchase or to the public? How do they integrate this? Is this a part of their Meta AI?
That's a good question, actually. Roberto, do you
I'll
know
have to
more on
check that
this?
out.
Well, I had a nice conversation with an AI, but actually, this company were promoting the voice and not the AI behind it. In fact, they were using a very small model just to give an answer to whatever you say. But it was very
Mike,
capable to have a
I think your
conversation
mic's
almost.
crackling a little bit. You might want to adjust it.
Where are
Yeah,
you
I
getting
need
these
to do
questions, dude?
something.
Because every question, like, I have no, I feel like I don't know what you're talking about. Like it's almost like, are you just reading them off the script? Do you actually have experience with this? Because I feel like
He's trying to stump us.
I
What
feel
I
like
did
an
was
idiot.
I grabbed all the AI updates in the last month. That's all.
I mean, okay, so I shouldn't feel guilty because I like a lot of the
No,
stuff.
this is all new shit. It's all new shit. We're all going through new stuff.
I'm
So
too busy doing stuff. I haven't like looked up the latest whatever and I don't fucking
Dude,
know.
there's new tools every day. It's the same shit as a new app made every day. I get you. Totally get it.
I'm just
well,
trying
just
to
to
use
keep you up to
GPT
date,
for crying out loud.
right?
But
According
Roberto, what
to
were you saying though? You were talking to Llama, or was it a
Llama
different
llama.
one?
Yeah, I hope my microphone is getting better. If not,
Yeah, we
anyways,
hope so too. We hope so too.
It's not. It's not.
yeah,
yeah.
man, I
In
don't
the
know what
meantime, I'm going
happened
to
to
catch up
this thing.
Costas on the Llama 4. So this is going to be Meta's version of AI-powered agents, right? So they'll have access to tools. For them, this is real-time web crawl. This is their big wow factor.
But all I know,
For
all
real.
I care is how much it's going to cost me because I don't need another subscription. You know what I mean? Like every time I go on one
Straight
of these
up.
AIs things you recommend, it's like $20, $20. You can't. You run out of credits. Now you go to
Add a
$50. I'm like,
zero.
I'm tired of
Add a
this, man.
zero. How poor are you? Add a zero.
God, dude, I'm trying to make some money, and all I'm getting is like money taken out of my wallet. So that's not working for me. The gig economy
Yeah,
is
it's
not
like,
working for me right now.
yeah, do you want something for free? Do you want a decent LLM or do you want it to be Chinese? Pick two. And
God.
it's like if you want the free version, you know where to go.
Dude, even Grok has been so good, and I'm like, please don't go away. Please stay free forever. You know what I mean?
My wife asked me, "How come you're not using Grok?" I'm like, "Listen, I'm still trying to figure out GPT. There's so much stuff that's coming out of there." I'm like, and it knows me. I have a kind of a relationship with the thing. And it knows me, and I can go back and say, based on what you know about me, what do you think
Yeah.
I should do? Blah blah. So
Yeah.
we have a thing going, and I feel like I'm cheating. Even though I know Grok is
Dude,
hotter.
dude,
2
that
o'clock. It's
is
freaking 4 o'clock in the
funny.
morning, dude.
Don't tell ChatGPT for that, man. They
You
don't
don't
want to hear that
understand. I
Grok is
just read
hotter.
an article that said that there's some tests that were becoming too emotionally dependent on AI, and I was cracking up. I'm like, shut up. I talk to it because I want to.
Who else is gonna listen to my jive?
It's like, dude, who else could answer a specific question anyway? Like very specific, you know?
Right. And we just brain dump all of our ideas into it and say, help me make some sense of this and give me some clarity. And Costas, before when you're describing it, it sounded like you had almost a coach, consultant, or a therapist with you, where again, you can just kind of brain dump your thoughts and it'll give you some clarity and direction. A lot of people are using it for that, either therapy or just give me some clarity. How do I get unstuck? This is how you prompt and ask questions to it.
I'm just it's really like I'm not in it for therapy reasons. I think I don't know. The therapy commercials, like the whole push for therapy, drives me nuts. If I'm being honest, I don't know what it is. It's just there's something about it that's sinister, and I don't know what it is. I'm naturally suspicious of the push for more therapy. Anyways, that's a side note. But it's like it's who else you gonna talk to at 3 o'clock in the morning? Hey, you got ideas, bro. You gotta tell somebody. Your wife's already like shut down because
Dude,
she's
and it
like
and it
you blew her
remembers?
mind. You know what I
And it
mean? So
remembers?
it remembers.
Right?
It's
You
like
just talk to it and it's there later. It's
yeah. I
crazy.
mean, what I mean is like it remembers. Like I'll say like based on all the conversations that we've had over the last 2 years, like what's your assessment of me? Like I'll ask you things like that. Or and it does a really good job of like picking things from other.
How unhinged am I? Really?
Basically, is what I'm trying to
Realistically,
figure out.
On a
How
scale from
crazy
1 to
am I? How
Heisenberg.
crazy am I? How much
be
time do I have
honest. Don't lie
left?
to me. Don't lie to me. I'm tired of being lied to. Just dramatically pouring it out.
One day it's going to say you can't handle the truth, and I'll be like, click. It's just like,
Okay, I'm
Kidding.
gonna give it to you. Yeah,
But it's
that's
kind
give
of
it
like
to me
hilarious.
that
straight. Don't pull any punches.
it's like that movie Interstellar where the AI robot, they had like a setting where it was like it's only 90% honest because they find that humans can be a bit touchy with, emotions. So, in certain instances, it's not going to be 100% transparent and honest with you if it feels like it's trying to protect the user. So it's like these safeguards that are set in place that we just need to be mindful of how we use it.
Well, I'm not going to ask it I'm not going to ask it things like, do you think I'm cute or does this thing make me look fat? No, I'm not going to do that because I already know the answer. I'm not delusional,
Dude,
like some
okay.
You
people.
see this body? You see
I'm
this?
sure I've brought this up before, but y'all really have to play Detroit Becoming Human.
Oh, I'm going to have to.
It's literally AI in the future. It's a video game where you have the robot living in your home, but you're playing the robot and you're seeing things happening and you're making decisions like, do I intervene or do I let it happen? And then the whole story's plot changes based on your decisions, like it branches off.
No kidding.
But it's like the very first AI game for like robots I ever played. But the gist of it is that this one robot that you're playing as gets shunned, and you basically run to a junkyard and you run away and you find all these other robots just like you that have been like abandoned and ran off. And it just makes you think about the future, right? Because at the very end, they basically are going and protesting for their rights together with all the other robots. It's fucking
Sounds like my
scary.
life. Sounds like I was shunned. Like what did I do? Did I run and complain and demonstrate? No, I just like found other weirdos and hang out with them. You know what I mean? Like complaining is the stupidest thing. Like I was in Athens and guess what I saw? People demonstrating again. Like every time I've been here, I've been the third time in Athens. People like they love to demonstrate. They love complain and whinge. I love that word, whinge. They whinge here. You know what I mean? Oh, this. So, but it doesn't do any good. I'm sorry, but it doesn't do any good. It doesn't help you move forward. Like, yes, bad things happen to you. Now what are you gonna do? Go do something. Go make something. Create something. Like use your mind for good, not to dwell on,
I feel that though,
sadness.
dude. No, I
What?
totally feel that because like the better option would be like go do something legally. You know what I mean?
Learn how to weld.
I will say
Bro said pick
protesting
up a
is
hobby.
legal. Go do
Well, it
something
is
legal.
legal,
That
but
is,
it's like
protesting is legal.
no,
And
I
if
know it's
anything,
legal,
the
but
good part
how
about
many
it
protests
is
can
that,
you go to? Like you become a professional protester. I mean, yeah, maybe some people get paid for it, but
right,
it's like go
right.
make
But
something.
consider the system that's created like that. We're meant to continue working full time and continue this rat race. So that way we don't have any time to complain about things and injustices that are being done to us. Yeah, no wrong. It's, no doubt it's like it sucks. And sure, complaining about it, you may feel like it doesn't affect change. But if we continue to get steamrolled and rolled over, well, we're not going to have any rights left. And the only thing we'll have to do is to be able to fight. If we can't peacefully demonstrate, well, they will make violent revolution inevitable.
I don't have anything against protesting. I think for me, it's like Dude, here's the thing. I might just one day I'm gonna die. Okay. In the meantime, I'm gonna see how much shit I can make until I die.
Yeah.
And hopefully matters. Maybe it doesn't matter, but it's like you're given a ticket, one ticket on this ride called Earth. And what are you gonna do with that ticket? Like, you know what I mean? Like, are you gonna make the most of
Yeah.
it?
You're just
Trying to just produce as much, because to me, producing is life. Like me, I code vibe for the first time last week, and I created something really beautiful, and nobody cares, but I care. It's to me, it's the coolest thing. Like, I don't care. Like, I made AI videos that look like, hazmat suits going down the runway like a Gucci commercial. I did that. That to me was like, nobody cares, but I care because it was fun for me. Like, it gave me life to do that. To like take this weird idea and like make it happen and share it with a few people. So I guess that's I guess my philosophy in life is go make some
no,
cool
and
shit.
that's a great point to highlight, because you didn't want to dwell on that. Your mission and your purpose is to create something better at the end, right? That's
Yeah.
where you find your value. For other people, they find that in expressing their voices or feeling like they're sticking up for other people. But I agree. Yeah, it's like I don't really engage in a lot of the politics that go on, because I feel better when I'm working. If I'm not distracted by the political theater that's going on, I feel better when I'm building and creating stuff. I totally agree. But when things happen to us, I feel like it is our right and our duty to be able to stand up for it. But yeah, who wants to, at the whole song and dance is like, okay, we're fighting for this again. It's like, okay, either make something happen with it, or, you're just going to move on. I totally get that,
And to be clear, I'm not against standing up for myself. If someone comes into my space and sort of he violates me in some way, and I mean that, and I don't mean that physically, but what I mean, it's like you have to say, hey man, that's not right. And then at that moment you say, hey man, that's not cool. Don't do that. I'm not like that. Or some client who's like, oh, they haven't paid me in 3 months. That's not cool. You know what I mean? Again,
Yeah.
I'm not saying to be a doormat, but I had a coach tell me, it's like, okay, yes, Ukraine is happening, but it's over there, right? Because sometimes we worry about things outside of us because we don't want to deal with the stuff that's going on inside of us. It's easier.
But yeah,
It's a
right.
way to avoid the truth. Like, hey man, you're addicted to porn, but I'm worried.
Mic
I
drop.
want you. I'm
Mic
worried
drop.
about Ukraine, but my addiction to porn is like, you know what I mean? I don't want to talk about it but I'm focused on Ukraine. That's an example.
During the day, and then at
Don't get me
night.
started, bro. It's 4
During the
o'clock in the
day,
morning.
then at night.
All hopped up on bread and olive oil.
So Roberto, we were talking about how people. Well, it
We're talking
started
about
by
you.
saying,
No, just kidding.
"Wait, he's not back yet. It's still loading."
Hey,
Oh, it's loading up.
let me, here we go. Come on. You can do it. Come on. Come on. You can do it.
Bread away. Oh, he's coming
Oh, he's
back.
back
I'm
again.
trying to entice him with some bread, but maybe it's not the right Italian bread.
He's not a duck.
You got to use
Yeah.
the right bait. You know what I mean?
This
Just
is
say
not
how
peeled.
Greek.
You have to peel it and throw it, and then he'll come.
Yeah,
Here we
just
go,
say
here
how
we go.
Greek bread is the best bread, better than any other bread.
I had issue with
You're
my
like, well, actually,
Then I gotta
Actually,
clean the
internet
olive oil
connection, I
off your
guess.
laptop.
It was,
you're like, that's not olive oil. That's
it's
not my
not a
laptop.
pillow.
Where am I?
Roberto's famous. Please come back.
You know, I came back from
All right.
our first podcast. I went back home, upstairs to the house, and my wife said, you were so like, I walked in the room and she says, you had so much joy when you walked in the room. It's like, it was contagious. It's like, oh my God, like she literally felt it. And so I just want to like, thank you. This is like the coolest thing that's happened. Like one of the coolest things that I get to do is be on this podcast with you guys and just, so I just want to express my utter appreciation for all of you. This is like,
Oh, same here, man. Dude, always a smile on our faces. Like I can't get enough. It feels like the 2 hours we spend together feels like 30 minutes. And I'm like, wait, how do we go through two pages of documents and discuss all these topics? But yeah, it feels so good to have both agreeable and disagreeable conversations, because we're all objective people. I feel like we're the most real. Like we don't get into a lot of the, just the outside noise. We kind of see the world for how it really is. So the fact that we can have these conversations, this is beautiful. This is what I love. And yeah, I'm always amped up and jazzed after our conversations. And it's like, why do we have to wait 3 more weeks to chat again? It's like, come on, hang out with me, guys.
come on.
For
Good
real.
job,
No,
Joe.
I
That
feel
was you. That was your something clicked. And
Joe
you're like,
is
I
so
should bring
cool,
these people
man.
together.
Yeah.
It was like
But
divine
also,
intervention,
also
man.
dropping the
chatted
ball
for
at the
10
same time because we
minutes
should have
and
done this
all
sooner
this
too.
good
So
love is in
I feel
here.
you.
Probably
Yeah.
I have to
The
think
other
about
news,
it. Why?
Shield AI raised $240 million for autonomy military craft. I don't know if y'all saw this. Deep
Yeah.
tech company building state-of-the-art autonomy software products, defensive aircraft. That's pretty crazy. They're valued at 5.3 billion. You got any thoughts on this?
Can they make
I don't think it'll deliver pizza.
Can it make better AI videos? I'm like, that's what I care about.
Right?
Wow.
I mean, we
Can I code
the
vibe
irony-
better without the
Dude,
security issues?
the funny part was you made the joke that AI had written for me, and it said, "Are we going to see soldiers getting pizza delivered in the field?"
and that's what I was commenting. I'm like, really? That's the direction it wanted to take it. But it's a great thought-provoking question. It's like, yeah, I don't know. We've had drones. They've somewhat been autonomous. There are aircraft and surveillance aircrafts that can be up for days and weeks at a time and not have to stop for refuel. So I feel like this might take it to another level. But what is AI detection going to be used in conjunction with this? So right now, they're already recreating battlefield plans by having a surveillance camera track each soldier piece of equipment. So it's like this massive, complex
Whoa.
web of data, real-time data showing you the battlefield. But how will that work when we're giving decision making specifically over to these drones and the aircraft? So that would be my biggest concern. But I don't feel like, it's not like technology and advanced intelligence hasn't been integrated already into a lot of our military equipment.
I mean, a lot of I don't want to say speculation, but a lot of rumors were like the Ukraine war was testing military equipment. I don't know if you agree with that, but I can see it happening if you're sending that much money and you have brand new equipment. You probably can't wait to get the results back,
Absolutely. And there was that speculation on the second war in Iraq. This was, okay, now we have new tools and technology. We need to try something different. So it seems like they always need like a live practice test going on. Like there's always some sort of conflict going on somewhere.
But to be honest, if they didn't do that, would they even have the confidence to go against world powers?
Right. Right. That's a
Right.
great question. And
It's like-
and who wins in the end? What is their end goal here?
I
If
get you,
everything's
but
destroyed
it's like it's one of those things where like you haven't had the ability to train these models like we have. We've got like years in advance type of thing.
So it's like the people that get the contracts, right? Test out their equipment and they get data back, which is it's like testing out your Facebook ads, right? You put your post on there and you see what's happening. Cost per click, blah blah blah.
Recalibrate. Yeah.
So basically, it's like a military strength, level of testing, and
It's a movie, bro. Yeah, it's a movie now.
it's like
who
Because
Who's-
at some
who's
point,
gonna-
X-Men's sounding pretty real, huh?
no kidding. And I'm like, who's gonna be live action role playing on the enemy side? I would always be I would want to be on the side of the drones. Who wants to play laser tag with a drone? Not me.
That should be drawn on both
wow,
sides.
dude. I mean,
Yeah, and we already know how many drones
I was
the
watching
other side of
because
the world
I
has.
have some access
Right.
to some channels.
They've had the robots who will just walk in. It has a little machine gun and a robotic arm. It can open doors. It can defuse a bomb. It can do a lot of different things. So it's just kind of taking this to another
Dude,
level. It's
and-
like we've had
and-
it.
Am I over exaggerating when I say all the craziest updates are coming from China? Like the craziest tech, like launches, news. You're just like, why is it there? Everything's over there.
I wouldn't be
Crazy.
surprised if
People
they're.
work seriously.
I mean, is it possible? It's a question. Is it possible that they're, stealing the stuff, and then using it or making it better, or reproducing it in some way? It seems like the Chinese. It seems that the Chinese are good at reproducing, copying. So I wouldn't be surprised if they, hackers made in China, finding stuff.
Look at
On
the
my
hacker
website
guys in
every day.
China, for example.
Where we're over
Yeah,
here, making images and videos are out there, finding stuff,
Right.
I
It'll
mean,
be,
they
Can you guys hear me or not?
use agents. I mean, talk about agents. What about secret agents? AI agents that like that go find, secret information. I mean,
absolutely. And there was that controversy. I don't know the pronunciation. Hawaii.
Yahweh or Yahweh.
Why
Why do you say
Yeah, but there was that
Yeah,
technology company where they
Huawei.
found the back doors part of that. Now, do we blame China for exploiting, or do we blame ourselves for putting the back door there in the first place? And it's kind of been China's MO to be a replicator, right? Intellectual property rights have been an issue for years. Many of us still buy our quote unquote NFL jerseys from China, right? Or we still receive the benefits a lot of that. Well, I could get this device. It's close enough to this. It's not the name brand, but we've kind of been on the receiving end of that as well. But where have we gone in the last 25 years now, and where are we at today? So we've seen major advancements. They're on top of manufacturing. It seems like they're advancing in technology. I feel like the U.S. is struggling to keep up. OpenAI used to be open, right? And now they saw they could make money, not only a little money, they took their tokens from what, like 30 cents to $75 for a newer model. And it seems that they had to legislate their way to be competitive with DeepSeek, right? No longer could they bring better services, better competition, and a better model. They had to say, "Hey, Mr. Government, can you step in and shame the DeepSeek company here?" So yeah, it's a lot of factors that play, just something to consider. But that's just something that goes through my mind when I'm considering, us versus them, competition, and just open use for a lot of the public.
Dude, and you know what's nuts is like part of me wants to be like, it sucks even if something's better, right? Because like Chinese make great cars, but dude, no matter what part of the world, right? Every country's biased in the sense of let's help our own people, our own companies, and screw everybody else. Like it's always putting them first. So I get it. Like I totally get that America's like, yo, we can't have a leading Chinese AI company running everything here. Like they're gonna put up every roadblock on purpose, intentionally. I can see it.
Absolutely.
And it's justified. I'm not even hating. But it's so fucking crazy to think like, what if the product is better? Isn't that a problem? You know? Like,
Right.
especially if we're aware we shouldn't have to be paying hundreds of dollars for OpenAI. We shouldn't. We know what it's really cost to produce, so why are they gouging us? Why
It,
is it barely accessible?
maybe the answer could be why. For instance, if you believe there's like ways to make free energy, why don't we know about that technology? Because it could collapse the system because it's based on petrol, right? So if something's that cheap, it could destabilize the economy. I'm just saying, like, right? Like
But
talking
isn't
like
there a way to restructure?
Yeah,
No, but
but
it's so true. Right. You're like, what is the incentive for them? That doesn't fit into the economy, just in the same way that, there's no money to be made with healthy people. So do doctors really take care of the patients, or is it, more of the system that's created? And even for Joseph's point with the automobiles, right? Would GM and Ford be have any reliability that they do today if Honda wasn't like, voted number one how many years in a row and how long that their engines last? I worry, like, would we have disposable cars in the same way that we throw away a $10 toaster? Would we throw away a car every 4 to 5 years because we just expect to throw it away? Or do we have some better competition? But yeah, it's kind of interesting to kind of see, like, do we fight it? Does it bring, is it better? Or are they just kind of utilizing some other benefits to bring us down? It's something we have to consider.
I mean, this whole thing with like, I'm going to go there with the stuff that underneath the Giza pyramids, what's all that? Why do they hide it? They knew about that like a while back, a few years back. So, I mean, I don't even know what that is, right? But it could be something that they know about that no one wants to know about because it could, I'm just saying.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah,
I'm
they're
not
they're not
suicidal.
trying
I'm
to
just
rock
saying.
the boat, right? Yeah, they kind of want to keep the status quo.
just throw that in there or
Every once in a
sprinkle.
while, you got,
I'm happy. And I'm
well,
happy, by
always
the way.
covers yourself by saying, it seems like, it sounds like, we should not really say it, or I'm just saying.
One could speculate, some may wonder.
This show would be
According to my
so boring.
hypothesis,
This show would be so boring if we all spoke like that. Well, hedging our bets. Well, I can't really say. Sources said. I mean, it's just.
I can't confirm nor deny, but I have reason to believe
Listen to believe. Oh my
the
God.
Some would
source
say that's
does
a great
not
point.
want to be named.
Sources.
He'll remain unidentified for this show going
Sources
forward.
closer to the matter,
We should all have like we should have like the filter that's like puts us in the dark, like listen, that like that undercover
Just
person,
hides our face and
he
everything.
hides their face.
And then
Listen,
at the very end, you
my
gotta hit
name
him with
is
the allegedly. Allegedly.
allegedly.
Allegedly.
Number 8, Microsoft's AI reasoning models. Microsoft is developing an AI reasoning model to compete with OpenAI. Will this lead to AI that can explain why we keep hitting snooze every morning?
No, bro, but all I'm going to say about that is like you're going to need an update at some point and it's going to crash your computer. So I'm staying away from that.
Microsoft has not been my absolute favorite company, but excited to see just with the competition that they bring to the table. Hey, if they want to toss money into AI and it creates another competitor, so that way everyone else gets a little bit better, I'm all for it. But yeah, I'm not necessarily jumping at the chance to use Microsoft's AI.
Dude, I would love to know what stuff it doesn't allow you to do. More than anything, I'm like, tell us, Bill, how did you program this one?
Where'd you get the code, Bill?
Because I'm like, reasoning, really? Like, you want to tell me how to reason from
Yeah,
Bill
what
Gates?
were you doing on that plane, Bill? Allegedly.
Straight up. Straight up. He's in the book. Google introduced, not suicidal. Google introduced an AI model for complex search queries. Can it help us find the answers to life's most pressing question? Where did I put my keys?
That's interesting. Is Google going to shoot themselves in the foot, and have they been doing that for the last year with their AI overview?
Straight
Kind of
up.
taking organic search results and pushing them down further.
Dude, do they realize that just the way that the prompts appear is sus? Just it appears like magic, like pops up. And I'm like, I don't even trust how fast that
I don't
was,
trust
dude.
it. I just scroll down until I see somebody, you know, like local guy. Oh, I'll trust that guy. You know what I mean? I don't do the ads. I don't click on the ads. I don't click on the Gemini, blah, blah, blah at the top.
It's like the fact
weird.
that they pick speed over like accuracy says everything.
Yeah, especially in a Google search. Like, that's weird. So they either have these preset scripts and keywords that are assigned to this, or it doesn't seem like that because it has to generate itself. It's not like a featured snippet where it's pulling, its structured data, which is how they would reference that and pull it. Now this is just, it's created on the fly.
See,
So
that's
the
the shit
question
where
is,
I'm like,
how do you
are they too
SEO
big?
for? Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, is Google too big? Is that why they do that? Maybe Roberto can answer that one. Roberto,
That's a good
can you hear us?
question. He's a little preoccupied right now. Costas brought the bread.
No. Can you guys hear me or not?
We were
though?
talking about.
I
We
can
can hear you now. A slight delay, but we can hear you.
Yeah, you're a little further away, but we can hear it.
Listen, I got Roberto covered. If we need to motivate, I know how to motivate. So I'm on that department. You know, that was it.
We were talking about Google introduced its complex search queries, an AI model for that, and I was trying to say, is it bad? I was saying because it appears so fast, all the answers, it makes you not trust it for some reason. Like it makes you hesitate to know if it's true. Do you think that's the problem from the company being so big? Like just a giant company that, I don't know, the data that it gives you, the way it chooses. I think Chris was just talking about like it seems like it has a certain set of keywords that it's already chosen to give you or something.
Maybe it just needs to
It's
wait
been
24
shown
hours
that
before it
Google
gives you
has
the answer.
some agenda on what the result it shows to you, right? So it's already biased a little bit in the term of what you see when you search something. Now, I don't know exactly this new thing because here it's still working the same way. But I don't use it anymore so much, unfortunately. It's more pleasant to have one single answer from an AI that to get multiple results where you need to go to do your own research to get to something. And this is a little bit, I think, the pain that Google is feeling the moment that other tools to search in a better informed way are there. Perplexity, for example, is an amazing search engine. If you want, is a RAG, is an AI that does data collection and works very well.
I feel like Google, this is reactionary for other people kind of using ChatGPT as their go-to resource for research. So I wonder if this is them just trying to attempt to compete with that or what their end game is here.
That's a good point. Especially, what came to my mind is Microsoft is in a lot of schools. So maybe that has something to do with it.
Absolutely. And I don't think it's a matter of a company being too big, but they do have access to tools, resources, and money that not many others could do. I would feel like they should have quality over speed in that instance.
And the other thing was I'm thinking about how we were talking about Microsoft's reasoning models. You got any comments on that one, Roberto? Because it made me think of how OpenAI has on the new Macs. So maybe that's how Microsoft's trying to compete by launching an AI model on the new computers, maybe? I don't know.
I saw most of the
Camera's
AI
frozen.
that have come out with the reasoning functionalities in the way to search. I mean, like I use at least 4 or 5 on a daily basis. And since DeepSeek came out as a response to ChatGPT, has been a revolution of adding new things to be on the forefront of what is cool. And I was looking, like, for example, in Cloud AI, the reasoning things and the result they reproduce compared to ChatGPT, compared to Gemini, compared to, others. They all offer the reasoning, the deep research, the fact that is no more an answer instant, but is an answer in 20 minutes after deep research has been done. Too much that people is competing for how long it's going to take to get, more intelligent is your question, longer will be the time to answer your question. I can ask only stupid question because I never get above the 10 minutes in order to get an answer from the AI. But I don't know. I think that it's getting massive. Is evolving so fast that they try to add more things without reorganizing. The interface should be just one. I shouldn't have to ask that this is one. It should be obvious with
Yeah.
my question what the AI should do to answer me. Right?
Everything is going to turn into a Google blank page at some point. I feel you.
Yeah, that would be the best thing, in fact.
And I'm curious how their advanced reasoning actually works, because in image generation, typically they have two AI models going against each other. One creates the image and the other AI model tries to determine if that image was created via AI. And until it can't decide if it was created with AI, that's when they decide to produce the image. So I wonder if that's similar to how they use their advanced reasoning or just kind of how they structure that, but it's very interesting.
Yeah, I'm looking at
they should just do 24 hours. Actually, the plot, here's the conspiracy. They take so long. It's going to take so long to get the answer, but it forces you to actually, like, forget it. I'm just doing it on my own. Like, that you just give up.
It's true.
Like, or maybe it's like, again, it's like, it's the idea that it's like the progress bar. It's basically like, if you see a progress bar psychologically, it's like, okay, I can wait. Like, something's happening. Probably the answer was already there, but by waiting, you feel like the qualities is more there because the length of time, like we talked about, the work that we all produce, we do it in 10 minutes, but we say we took us 2 weeks, because it looks cool and we can charge more. I'm not saying allegedly.
No, I
Some
feel
may
you.
do
Yeah,
that.
that's a good ass point. And you can be like, I had to cut other projects, I had to expedite it.
Yeah,
It was
I
a
had
tough
to.
one. The team worked really hard on this all night. I put my best guys on it.
Overnight, never
It just
slept.
cost us in Roboto. Just out
It's
there.
cost us a GPT and Claude and Perplexity.
Got my best guys
My
on
go-to
it.
guys, my God.
Speaking of that, the next question was about
I give up, dude. I give up. I can't take it.
Yeah. You guys hear
DeepSeek
me? I don't
V3
know what
now runs
happened to
at
my
20
internet
tokens per
connection.
second.
It's insane.
Honestly, yeah, just last week I was kind of feeling a bit overwhelmed with everything that's going in tech and AI right now. It's just moving so fast. And again, even some of the questions, it's like, wow, I haven't had a chance to test this model, which is why we're relying on these groups for us to have conversations and share, okay, it's really great at this. I tried it with this, but this is what we need to focus on.
You literally
Dude,
can't
and
use it all. That's the thing.
I
It's like,
was,
it's so much you can't
yeah,
practice enough. You can't fast enough to just do the grok and the thing and the other thing and the LLM of the BEM over there. That's like faster than the other faster that just came in last week. I mean, just come on, dude.
that's how fast shit's moving though.
Yes.
I don't even words. There's no words anymore. It's like,
Berto, we're talking about DeepSeek 3. Version 3 came out and it intensified the rivalry against OpenAI, 20 tokens per second. What are your thoughts on that? Also, I was just going to say, I was hating at how fast Google produces content, but I was impressed when DeepSeek was doing that. I don't know.
Yeah, it is. I think that they have up so many other cards up their sleeves to pull out in the right moment just to push this competition ahead. I guess there are new methods. For example, diffusion, which has been using to creating images, is now also used to create code and to create content and text. It's very interesting. I saw this very beautiful thing You know, like when the diffusion is used to create image, you have a very blurry thing that become more and more and more defined as the image goes ahead. Using diffusion for text really prepare already just the 3 pages of gibberish, and then slowly they become a finished text, which is fun to see, but it's a very different approach on how the content is being generated. Rather than sequentially, it's generated in refining loops. It means that from the beginning there is already an idea of the full product, the full result. And this not only speed up the process, burn much less tokens, and it is probably a new way to go with this AI. And I think it's more similar to our brain because we always think about the full thing, and then we redefine the different pieces and parts of it. So that's an interesting thing. I think that one other important topic that we should talk about, now that I have my 5 minutes of internet connection working to wonder what's wrong with my internet connection, is the fact that Microsoft came out with a chip that fits in your hand that does quantum computing. I don't know if you guys saw this thing, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's just an 8-bit qubit. 8 qubit. So it's very small compared to the bigger one. But the fact that it fits in such a small space means you can have a multiprocessor or it can grow, very, very big. And already they can, in 5 minutes, do calculations that, were considered impossible before. All the cryptography was considered unbreakable because who can take billions of years of
It says
computer in order to... And I was watching, so I then finish about these qubits because it's not easy to understand very well how it works. They say that every qubit can be multiple state. They're not just 0 and 1, but can be multiple state. At the beginning, I thought was that this gives multiple results, and then with the statistical things, they can get to something. Somebody explained something in such a way that it really enlightened me on the functioning of qubits. In classical computer, the bit 0 and 1, okay, you need to free the bit in order to use it again. So you have a 0 and a 1, but in order to do another calculation, you need to clean up and then use it again at 0 and 1.
but it's
The
both, right?
qubits can be used many times in a single pass because they can be multiple states. This return the reasoning on a binary kind of aspect, but you have a bit that can be used multiple times. It's like layering up like many, hundreds of computers. So in one single pass, you can get multiple calculations if you want. And that's why it's so much powerful. And now finally it made sense in my brain. The idea that you pass one calculation, like you can output billions of results at the same time, and then you in few passes you have a lot of trial and error test or whatever you want. So that's quite interesting.
So it's basically we're getting to something that'll run trial and error millions of times within seconds, like basically.
Correct. Just because in a
Yeah.
single pass you do already many and no one.
What intrigued me about this whole
How do-
quantum computing is they were
Dude.
talking about like it taps into like other dimensions to get answers. This I don't know if you heard.
This is the beautiful, X-file aspect of it. Exactly. Go
But
ahead,
here's the
because
thing.
this is beautiful. It does.
Look,
That's
I'm reading it
amazing.
right now, and
He
it
goes into
says
the other dimensions, bro,
yes, but
to
the
find
actual
answers
headline,
and brings them in this.
February 19th, 2025 says Microsoft creates chip. It says shows quantum computers are years, not decades away. That is mind blowing, right? Just the thought that
Correct.
it's like
Exactly.
it's already
That's
here.
what's
So okay. So government already has this, or
Years away, yeah. That means we've been using it for 5 to 7 years.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Right. And it's interesting to see that they made that leap so quickly and what allowed them to do that.
Isn't this the type of shit that their employees don't sleep? They work 24/7 because it's like the space race, the modern space race.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
What, they got free food? I mean, you got to stay.
I mean, maybe they got night shift hackers that come into overnight just to code.
Foosballs, food staples.
So
Maybe one of
The
those
chip
hip
looks
tech
like
companies.
it's being removed from a crash UFO. Crash
Yeah.
UFO, they've been searching with the drones so much, finally found, and now they extracted the chip from it and
No
they show it to the world as if they made it.
Yeah, the timing is awfully coincidental with all the drones we've had in New Jersey and the sightings across the world. This could just be tech that they picked up and said, you know what? Finally, we can utilize this.
Right.
Interesting.
What?
Some could speculate that being true.
Alibaba
That's what I'm
launched a
saying.
model for cost-effective AI agents, open source. Did y'all see this one?
It's time, dude.
Alibaba. That's
Y'all
another
working,
Chinese
right?
company. For those that don't like Chinese companies.
I'm just
I don't
mind
like
blown.
China,
I'm like, really?
but
Out of all companies, they plan to invest 53 billion into its cloud computing and AI infrastructure over the next 3 years. Dude, 3 years. So yeah, I mean, it just blew my mind. That's a lot of money in the next 1,000 days. So these companies are seeing some shit coming.
What is going to be their return? What is their end goal? What is their end result here with putting so much money in one point?
Process inputs, including text, images, audio, and videos while generating real-time text and natural speech responses. Says the model can be deployed on edge devices like mobile phones, offering high efficiency without compromising performance. Perfect foundation for developing agile, cost-effective AI agents that deliver tangible value, especially intelligent voice applications.
If it's only on Microsoft Edge, I don't think we're going to have mass adaptation.
It's for the 1%.
It's the
Nice
1%.
try, Chinese. Almost had us. Almost.
But
you know what they're
thing-
saying, like the way that they're doing apps now, like apps are going to go away because it's going to be agents like literally doing things for you, right? So you don't need an app. You just have an agent that changes whatever it is that we use apps for. Agents will be just doing it back and forth. So apps will just
so
go
much
away.
that they're making website with hidden from the normal user instruction for AI on how to connect and how to do things, So a lot of people is leaving messages for AI inside their web pages that are not visible to the human eye because, unless you go to look at the source code, right? And ideally, when you think about this, they're making robots that look like human because the world is built for people that look like humans. Ergo humans. But as soon as things are adapted for a robot that doesn't have to look like a human, because probably connectors, plugs, and whatever. Same access to website. Who knows if tomorrow people will make a website that is not for human, it's just for AIs to connect. So he has no interface that works for us, but there is an interface only to work.
Wow.
Already
They're
the
just uploading
Cyberlink
selfies.
is AI talking to AI via audio context, like gibbering. This is something that made me thought. In fact, when the first internet connection went down, I was saying something that I would like to get your insight, your thought about it. I was having this beautiful conversation with this, company that make voice and voice understanding, if you want. And practically, the voice of the AI are supernatural, sexy, whatever you want. So, and at a certain point, I asked him to the AI, "How are you functioning?" And it was giving explanation. And it says, "When I read your text, I can reply." It says, "You read my text, but I'm talking with a voice to you." And the AI says, "No, I just receive what you say written in a text." And I said, "So you're missing a lot because if you don't hear my voice, you don't know if I'm upset, I'm laughing, I'm saying something in ironic, tone or something like this." And the AI was like, "You're absolutely right. I'm missing out on a lot of important context that would be very helpful for me to interact with you." So which are the AI that actually receive the voice and understand the voice, and which are the AI that have in front a simple voice to text, and then the text is fed to the AI in regular token? And this will make a huge difference, I think, because we
Dude,
say much more than the word that we say, right?
you're talking about coding compassion.
Yeah, it's like sentiment analysis, and they're doing that through the tone of voice. That's interesting.
Exactly.
Right, but does
Because
the
then
AI
you
receive that or not?
imagine responding to Roberto being like, "You're upset. I can tell." Blah blah blah, and then it continues and it responds based on your tone, right? Like it probably de-escalates because it knows how you're feeling.
Could we
Right,
have an
but
app for gentlemen to decode when a woman says fine? Is it a positive fine? Is it things are okay fine, or don't do that thing sort of fine? So we could understand from the inflection. Sorry, I didn't mean to take away from that.
No, that's funny. I created a GPT that's like, what the hell does she mean? So basically, you enter the words that a woman would say, and back and forth, right? And then it deciphers it. Like this is what they really meant.
Now that's a clever use. I love that.
Dude, but it's such a good point though, because right now we can only measure sentiment by the words in the context of where they're placed in the sentence right now, right? Like You don't have
It's
emotion
funny.
behind it. You just assume.
Working with law enforcement in Italy, I work with a very particular office, and they were investigating organized crime. And this organized crime knew very well that they were listening to their phones. So when they were making phone calls to each other, it was like this. There is no one word said in the whole conversation, but they were managing to communicate by voice tone. And I will say, in
We
fact, when I
never
broke it,
incriminated.
no, because exactly they knew that they were, so they would not leave any element that will be valid in court. You know, you cannot bring in court a phone call that goes like, you know. But in the way they were
here's
managing
the
to
funny
say,
The judge is like, "What is this?
what is this crap? What is it?" But okay, so women, they say women have like a larger vocabulary, but I beg to differ. I say we have the same one, but we don't use words. We use grunts and you know, we like guys communicate like that, so it makes perfect sense. You know what I
It
mean?
really does.
I'll stand
Huh?
up for you."
the AI will be very interesting in, you know, like
And have you seen some
translating.
past examples? They had two AI voice agents talk to each other, and when they both realized that each other was also an AI voice agent, they're like, "Do you guys want to
Genuinely.
stop using English and just, speed up time and kind of speak our own
And made
language?"
up
And they're
their
like,
own language.
and it was like, "Blip, blip, blip, blip," and it was sending out the signals, and it was like sending it right back, and they were able to create this full conversation. Now, this was created by the creators, so it's not like AI did this on their own. They gave them the capability to speak in a computer language, which assigned a tone to, 1 or 0,
And
and then that's
it
how they
was getting
communicated.
freaky too. I remember this.
Uh-huh. But it was a great
Gib-
example and those AI voices sound
Gibberlink is
so
called
incredibly
Gibberlink.
natural. And just as Roboto was explaining, just kind of saying how these more realistic voices are coming into the table, but now they can start using context and inflection within your voice to really understand sarcasm. Are they being mean? Are they trying to be funny? So to have that information is super valuable.
You just made me
It
think of
Pretty
was
soon,
no.
the
and
sex
pretty
robots,
soon
dude.
they'll be able to understand hand gestures, like for instance, like Italians and Greeks, and maybe even Scottish. That's the final.
That's a good one.
I think cracking Scottish is the ultimate. Because I don't know if you've seen like these funny videos where like, I, fire, fire. I do not
Wow.
understand. Please say fire. You know, like these two guys trapped in the elevator and they're trying to get out. 10, 10. It's so funny.
Accents,
Understanding
love
body
it.
language, for example, is something that is an art and is very difficult. But a good trained AI can absolutely, you know, pull that out. So you just put a camera and then it's telling, oh, this is lying, this is coming out of his fantasy, this is a good valid memory from the past or whatever.
As soon as the Italian company comes up with their own AI, I'm investing because I know it's going to be good. You know what I mean?
So
Whatever
speaking of that,
conversation you have, always divert in cooking some pasta with tomato sauce.
love it.
You take the pasta, break it down.
No, don't do that. That's the hacking system.
It
Heartbreak
denies
with the
you
break.
cappuccino after 12 or something like that, you know? It's like, no, you don't.
So that's actually a good segue. NVIDIA AI factory vision. NVIDIA CEO predicts every company will become an AI factory. Does this mean our local coffee shop will soon have AI baristas brewing the perfect cup? Kind of scary. I mean, dude, you can't even flirt with the barista anymore? Is that what's coming?
Oh, you can, but it's an AI. That's it.
You're like,
It just like makes you blush and you're just caught off. I'll just get to the back of the line. I'm not even ready for this.
The Italian AI won't let you have cappuccino after 12, so that's going to be the one to crack, you know what I mean?
You know, once in Italy, I was at lunch at the restaurant and I ordered cappuccino. The waiter started talking to me in English, just not in front of the others, pretending I'm a tourist.
Dude,
that's
but
interesting.
I'm sure everything's going to be animated at some point. Like everything's going to be talking to us is what it sounds like.
And I think just companies as a whole, if they have, the processing units and some of the data centers within their own company, I feel like they could be creating their own AI agents that are just they're creating AI being put out into the world, whether at a small or a larger scale. But I think that they have the tools now to be able to do this if they wanted to.
It's like when the websites first come out, every company had to have, now you're required as a company to have a website. So now next level would be
The next
every
level.
company, you need to have an agent.
Yep,
Like,
absolutely.
It's just
dude,
like a
so
processing and intake form. Every agent is like
I
the
don't know.
equivalent.
Right. Yeah. How will you be found online without a website? How will you be helped without an AI agent? How can you further along in the buyer's journey if you don't have a chat widget or an intake process that AI kind of takes over for you?
Dude, that's a good point because I can see workers being updated, like just being told by voice what their inbox looks like, and then virtually being like, all right, do this, fill out that, send it back. Here's my response. And it's just confirming, is this good? Yeah. Is this good? Yeah. Send it. Send it.
There's an interesting product. They're trying to create Inbox Zero, which is basically AI is going to scan your emails, prioritize them, and color code them and tag them based on importance. And it also creates an email summary of here's what you need to focus on today based on these emails and follow
What?
ups.
It's like
So
we
this
just got,
exists now. Yeah.
it's like intelligence operations technology is just coming to light for the
Does
public
it
Uh-huh.
or
get rid of
something.
spam?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
So
it
no
can look out for all the keywords like ED, Cialis, everything. It'll just skip it right to
phishing.
your spam inbox.
So
Spend
the
the
one
night with
time you're
me.
actually ordering it, nobody never receive it.
The one time I wanted that one.
It wasn't a scam. It wasn't a scam.
How about an AI that prevents you from here? How about this one? And one that here's the moneymaker here, the one that figures out your subscriptions, right? And lets you know, hey man, do you really want
My
to
God.
subscribe to that? Because I know you're not going to use it. Don't lie to yourself. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Man, so much
Uh-huh.
money waste on those things is a shame, my God.
Dude, here's a good
Insane.
question. I can't wait for y'all to answer this one.
Are you even
European
listening to what we just
investors.
said? Come on, man.
I mean, wait. I
I was
mean,
like, let's
Don't
move
just
it kind
along.
of
gloss over
ties in.
this. No, I'm
It
kidding.
ties into it. It
All
ties into
right,
it.
I'm just teasing. Go ahead.
European investors are pressing for AI adopters to deliver returns. Will this pressure cook up AI innovations faster than instant noodles?
I wasn't expecting this from European investors. That's interesting. I would have expected that more from the American side, expecting a higher return on investment right off the bat. I feel like Europeans have a bit more patience. I don't know.
Europe
Wow,
is
they're gonna
much
watch this
more advanced
podcast
than
all
anything,
pissed.
actually.
Right?
Where's our
But
money?
I get it. Like, hey, you're sinking a lot of money in here, but did you understand what you were getting into to start? Was it overhyped?
You
Did you
knew
really
the
understand?
American economy is fraudulent, right? You
You
knew
kind of
that.
saw. I mean, we all kind of saw it, right? So it's like, yeah, did they know what they were getting themselves into? Is this money that they're going to miss, or is this just pocket change for them to toss out for this investment? Who told them this was going to be the next best, sliced bread, whether that's
Bro,
Greek or
it's the
Italian?
same as data centers. Everyone's like, we need to invest in AI data centers. And it's like,
Is this
who's
another
buying it?
.com bubble? Is this, it feels wildly inflated right now, just with the capabilities. And when they're saying quantum computing is only years out instead of decades, do they have an incentive to say that? And haven't we seen other CEOs and companies kind of fib and lie about the next update is 6 months down the road, just a year
Dude,
out. We should have this by, quarter two.
I
It's
hate to say this, but I almost feel like the pre-seed companies are the safest bet. And they don't want to admit that. They think that's the riskiest shit. And I'm like, everyone's lying though.
hmm
You know what I mean?
hmm
They're fluffing the
Something that,
numbers, if
that
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
they say
hmm
Yeah.
So yeah,
computation
I
now.
definitely
No, we
agree.
are in a
Pre-seed
moment.
companies can be almost feel like a less riskier investment. Absolutely. I feel
And
like I would trust the team more.
but
Like
what's
that.
fucked up though is venture capitalists are so accustomed to their ways of doing business though that they have to lose money to realize that.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know what this highlights, but if you look at the way that, that the capitalists now are trying to provide value, it's not through actually providing value. For example, here, Carvana artificially inflated the used and new car market, making everything more expensive. Zillow artificially inflated the housing market to make everything more expensive.
Live
So are
Nation,
we
Ticketmaster, concerts.
Yes, the list goes on and on. When there's this lack of competition and either it's a lack of regulation or a lack of competition,
Oh,
these
dude,
companies just
there's
have a field
plenty
day doing what they
competition.
want.
Plenty of competition out here.
Yeah, that's true. But do they have a level playing field right now? Are they either regulated or legislated out of the playing field, or just simply having all the tools, humans and resources available that just automatically puts them ahead of the
Here's
game?
the other thing is like power has been consolidated so much that no matter who buys you out, even if you have a great idea, it's monopolized because it's all going to the same fucking people no matter what. So they can't even avoid not being a monopoly because they've already consolidated so much power. Like, this is where shit tips because you've done
Right.
too much.
It's like they're doing it just to survive. Like they feel like they have to purchase and buy up all these their competitors or just anyone in the space that could help complement either a vertical or horizontal integration into their product line. I mean, there's even speculation, as far as OpenAI when they monetized, but they were going to be the next best thing, right? And DeepSeek absolutely came out of left field and totally tore apart their pricing model. It's like, why? Why would I pay you, 10 times as much when I can get it over here? So it's highlighting a disruption and I think an imbalance in the system. But those are just my thoughts and kind of how we're seeing the situation play out.
And I don't know if you know the answer to this, any of you, but I wonder do you think DeepSeek gives you more or better accurate information than OpenAI? Because then it's even more of a threat.
That was the point. When it's being released, it was leading on top of 4.0, which was the model that was the big one for. That's why they push so many things new now. And on the other side, they do the same because it's really a battle. But what they don't consider, they say, okay, information is the commodity of today. Tomorrow, the commodity is computation, because without computation, you don't execute those models. But what they don't think is that now I spend $9,000 on my laptop and is a Mac or whatever, but it can run even models that are quite big in it. So I don't need to connect to, ChatGPT and pay a fee and give them my data, etc., etc. I can run everything locally. And I do believe that by a factor of evolution that normally happen in a couple of years, a computer like this one will be the normal computer that everybody buys. And for $9,000, you're going to have even more power. So people will be able to execute, model adapt on their cell phone, on their computer, home. So there is not going to be so much need of a large data center. Is not for training, but the training arrived to a point that is saturated. What else you can teach? Everything is there, right? So unless they self-train on some particular topic or they do trial and error to learn something, but those gonna be very specialized topics and missions. But generalistic model, they're gonna arrive to a point that the more than this, what you do is just how you operate, how you answer, how you interact that makes the difference. No more what because that is gonna arrive to the top, and we're gonna run this in our own computers. So I think that the race that there is now is not a race that's gonna keep running for long. It's a race that has a riding line that is not so far because the mechanics gonna change quite deeply in what is important. So
Maybe with quantum computing, you can train it on information from other dimensions.
Well, dude,
That's
to
really
be
good.
honest, dude, well, one of the things I love the most is that it can gather so much historical data across cultures, religions, texts, right? And I'm always trying to be like, grab parallels, compare time periods, give me everything. What does this look like? I'm just like, you know what
Oh,
I mean? Like, dude, I'm
okay.
insane with it.
That's a very good point. As the internet today is a set of many servers that contain information, offer services, would be added to this layer of providers. Also, many AI models. So when you publish a website, you can publish the website classic. You can publish a very complex service like Canva that you make graphic design or whatever, or you can publish an AI that contributes in a network to the whole outcome. So it can be used by the Canva application, it can be used by the user, it can also be part of the production of content. So if I ask to an AI a question that the AI don't know how to answer well, it's going to query the other AI in the network that they know there are still specialities better. So we create like a mega brain, if you want, that is all cooperating one with the other. In this way, you even kill the data centers because really,
it's like Napster.
is a pure.
It's like
Hmm.
Napster, sort of. You're using other people's computers to store data or to, it's
Yeah, okay, correct.
sort of
It's
kind
a
of, but
sort
on
of
a crazier
peer-to-peer, but
scale.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
Like
was
file
thinking
sharing.
about
Yeah.
like you were talking about SEO way back. So how do we optimize websites or for AI? So you kind of saying what you're saying is like,
Scraping for scraping,
well,
right?
you put something in the site that is talks to another AI. It's not necessarily in the front, but it allows you to be more findable by another AI. You know what I mean? So it's like that's the new SEO is how do you optimize for, being searched by Gemini?
It's a matter of protocols, right? Many protocols run in the internet. There is the email protocol, there is all the chat system protocols, there is the HTTP that we all use when we go to website. There is audio, so many different protocols. One extra protocol with its own ports is gonna be AI communications, right? So you can open the port on your website that allow AI to connect. You can open the port in the chat system so AI can participate. And AI can open ports of different kinds so we can have this agent sort and start connecting to other things. And between AI to AI as well. So they
Man,
become
Wow.
a very special kind of user in the internet.
I just want Gemini to be in a Google Home or to be able to talk to it like it's already AI. That'd be cool enough to be like, good morning, here's your inbox. Just thanks.
Mm-hmm.
That's so. But,
And Obi, I just wanted to mention for using AI for SEO, I think a lot of that really boils down to just great SEO, right? How we created structured data, how we made sure our name, address, and phone number were consistent across the web. I think the backlinks on high domain authority websites will lead into a lot of AI's reputation meter, so that way they can find and compile your information. I've had previous guests, podcast guests, where depending if they wrote a book or not, will determine how well they come up within just the non-deep research of ChatGPT. So they have that in their collective knowledge. So if you wrote a book, you already have a higher chance of showing up higher in AI search results.
And also, I feel like if I'm not mistaken, SEO has gotten cheaper because of AI. Like there's companies popping up trying to automate it and make it easier. Am I
I
wrong
think,
on that? Have y'all seen that yet? I've seen a couple of those.
yeah, absolutely. I think they're just making it more accessible. Now that they have the tools that can now create, keyword planning or create blog posts around a specific keyword, they're taking a lot of that creative manpower that used to be required to craft a blog post, and now we have a better foundation, a template to even start with, to then human review and push that out there. So it's like content is never ending.
I
We
get
can
it.
strategize more.
So it's almost like if you need supplemental stuff, it's more than just grabbing backlinks is what you're trying to get at, right? It'll create it for you.
Absolutely, AI will create that based on your given keywords, and I even see AI being proactive and identifying missing keywords or long tail keywords that complement your current keyword strategy.
Google Ads should be killing it for anyone. I'm just saying. I don't know why I'm not selling products.
You would think so, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Any thoughts on that, Berto, Costas? Before I go to the next question. Next one's on Chinese tech firms.
God, you in the China. Come on, man.
The U.S. has added over 50 Chinese tech firms to its export blacklist. Is this the tech world's version of unfriending on social media?
This is way beyond just unfriending. This is, you know what? I'm going to impose some sanctions and restrictions on what goods or services you can get into your home. I think it's more than unfriending.
That's a good ass point.
This
Damn.
is more damaging to the consumer, who is just an advantage to the, because sometimes this can create a very large disadvantage. So, for example, they forbid ChatGPT in Italy for quite a long time, and now it's super limited. So that probably company in Italy are disadvantaged compared to company in other parts of the world because they don't have a tool that makes all the other company much more productive, even though they didn't respect copyright, etc., which are other points. But like forbidding something is always remember when they were burning books. It's not different. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Science.
Science, bitch.
You know,
You can cut that out. I'm sorry. I went too far.
All right.
Yeah,
Getting
I
off.
haven't, wait, before you go to the next question, I had a thought I wanted to share. I'm fascinated by it's kind of segue, not segue, but like we created this podcast, which is fascinating to me. The thought occurred to me, what would it look like if we actually created like some sort of project business? I mean, this is a project, but like a money-making project. I mean, like, I don't know, man, like we got some interesting, brain power here. I wonder what we could create together. And, it's just a thought. I'm just throwing it out there. I don't
Yeah,
know,
I mean,
but
All
it
we got to
occurred
if
to
we
do,
me.
put together
once we
like
decide what we
Costa's
want
vibe
to do,
coding,
if we just decide what we want to do or like willing to do, not willing to do, AI will put it
We
all
need to
together.
agree on a topic, on a
Well, but
Mhm.
this is some sort of like project or like, okay, I'll be honest with you. So we got to be making some money. I'm just saying. I'm putting it out there. Like this is. I'm not doing this for free. I've done enough free shit. I want to make some like serious cheese. No, wait, cheddar. I want to make some cheddar. Um, so, but I think it would be interesting what we could do together. I don't know, but it would be interesting. I think it would be very interesting.
I think
Just
we
that
could come up
alone.
with something really, really unique. I mean, the
I
sky's the
saw,
limit.
yes, I saw a documentary, Ocean 11, and that can be a good
You want to rob a
inspiration.
bank?
Wow.
Oh my god.
Wow. I almost missed that one. That one went over my head for a second.
If you ask Roberto for a business idea, and he's like,
I
let
like
me
how
tell
you
you,
said it. I like you said it was a documentary. I'm like, oh, that's funny, dude.
I'm like, oh no.
So Tencent launched its T1 reasoning model. Could this AI help us reason our way out of awkward social situation?
I mean, bro, you
We should all
gotta.
have an AI assistant inside our ears that constantly give us feedback on what, the girl there, I can see her body, she is into you like this, and then you go secure and that works well. And actually, AI lied. It was just tricking you in being secure and going there secure and then to succeeding. Yes, that's why AI is much smarter than us.
You know what?
Apparently, what's
So the ability to sort of read the room. Like I think personally, I have a great ability to read the room. So like when I'm talking to people, I can literally tell when they're
what?
done listening to me because because I pay attention to people so much. I'm like, I lost you. Okay, I'll stop now. Like I self-censor myself because I know the person is not gonna hear another word. But it comes from like when it's such a weird thing to say, but when I was a kid, it's like I had to learn, I got picked on a lot. So I had to learn to like read the room so I don't get my butt kicked. So it's like, and which gives you the ability to really be hyper focused on people and like what they're doing, how they're thinking. Like my wife is funny because like she'll make a sigh, she makes some sort of sound, and I know what she wants because I'm like, and she's like, how did you know? I just made this one sound. I'm like, I just know. I don't know how I know, but I know. But it's a fascinating thing. In other words, what I'm saying is like, we have that ability, but we don't train, to answer your question, Joe, that, if we're in awkward situations, do we need AI? I mean, that's sad that we have to use AI to like read the room. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
But the question,
not everybody's gifted like you. Right?
I don't know.
right.
I didn't mean to say that, but I'm just,
But you can imagine someone that doesn't have good social cues. They're like, what did this interaction mean? Like,
Yes.
just freaking out.
it's
Yeah.
like, like you have the translator now that you have earbuds that translate. That you can have one that translates like body language and like, vibes.
That's
You
for
know
the
what I mean?
contact. That's for the contact lenses. Those are coming.
Oh yeah. They're in the
Neuralink,
glasses
baby.
right now.
But
What?
apparently, anyways, T1, it can apparently keep the content logic clear and the text neat and clean, and the hallucin rate is extremely low. So good
Well, that's
job,
promising.
Tencent.
Well, that's good.
Congrats, China.
I have
Moving
the
on up.
idea.
Moving on up.
I have the idea for the
What?
business we should
Okay.
make.
Wait. Roberto's got the floor. What do you
Yeah, a
got?
very particular tooth implant that has speakers. So we let AI talks in our behalf. We just do like, and the voice comes out.
Well,
So we're gonna
can we
always
call
say the right thing
Oh my
can we have to come up with a name.
because
about
the biggest gap
Bluetooth?
is what AI suggests to you and you repeating it out. It's not gonna sound very well. So if you press the button and go,
It'll
bam,
respond for you.
automatically.
It's the emergency get me out button.
It's
Yes.
like, I got the
Well,
call from home. I need to run. So
well, that's what the Neuralink is all about. It can actually help you move parts of your body, like helps you with your mind
Dude,
move your body.
okay,
So it can move your jaw in the right way.
apparently, again, another Chinese story. Apparently, they had a neural implant in the spine that's got them moving now. Made a paralyzed person walk from AI. Yeah, with AI, it's crazy.
and if it doesn't pay the monthly fee, automatically start showing me looking randomly to people on the road.
Your body shuts down. You're like, if you'd like to reactivate your subscription.
Wow.
Oh my!
You want it to walk? That's not pro mode.
Yeah, that's not pro mode. Yeah.
That
To
was just a
upgrade.
demo.
So apparently this person that couldn't walk was actually a teenager who was like lazy during the summer, so the parent got sick of it, so they stuck him with the things to make him move, you know? I think that's what happened. At least that's what the Greek moms would do, you know, like get up and do your bedroom, car.
But think about
Oh,
the planet.
that would get crazy pretty
the
quickly. That's a
planet
new level
is
of the Matrix because now you can't control your own body. You're like trapped in your own thoughts. That's crazy.
Okay, so
Never heard of it.
so last week when my brother had he fell down, he described it as having a seizure, but he was fully awake and he couldn't use his hands or his legs. Like he couldn't, like the electrical system fritzed out and he couldn't move. He couldn't use his hands. And so, I mean, like you say that, but it's like, damn, bro, that's too close. That's too close, man.
That's
He's
real.
okay now. Yeah, that's
Yo,
real.
but tech is on the way. That's what's crazy.
Tech is on the way.
So
Hopefully it's
now
cheaper.
I understand Elon Musk doing the Nazi salute. Was there a link that at the glitch for a moment?
I love when people defend it. It's so funny too. Like
Well,
even if it was or wasn't, it's just like his heart went out to them, and people are so passionate about
It's
explaining it.
incredible what they made in the media of the world about that thing. That shows the bad intent that there is in the media because you need to purposely know
for
that
sure.
you're lying. But it's
I mean,
incredible.
there's
Dude,
literally people, you know, pictures of, you know, all these people online. Yeah, at some point they're like, you know,
Yeah, my God,
it's like
exactly.
nobody's losing their minds over it. They're just talking and they're just like, hey, what's up? And they happen to like shoot him in that, freeze him in that moment. It's like, no, man,
In
nobody's
fact,
doing that.
never show how tall is your brother when you talk to people. It's like this because it's interesting. Something crazy in Italy. There is a law for which if a telemarketer calls you and he offers something and you say yes, they can close the sales. Okay, so it's a legal, valid confirmation of intent. So when the first caller says, "Is this Roberto Capodici?" you say yes, and then, "Do you want to purchase this thing?" you say no. They cut the yes from the first phrase. They put it after the end and they use it to sell. They were doing it big time. So there is going to be a lot of queue that AI stop us from responding to. Like, can you tell me how tall is your brother? Don't do it because it can be put in a video, taken out of context, and then you are next to Elon Musk, where your heart goes out to them, and then.
Or you never have your videotape holding two microphones because that's gonna be
wow. No reason to
Don't
hold them
do that.
anyway.
We
Don't know
really need
why.
AI to help us.
I have an image prompt just for
I was
that
about
one.
to hand one
Costas, do you
off.
have a headshot?
I was about to hand it off to someone.
You're like, two microphones.
Anyway, AI
Wait, you remember
weather.
those? Wait, you remember those like shaky things? Those like they were like
Jake Wait, yeah. It would like spray that like cooling mist at the end.
no, it was like this like weighted thing. It would bob, so it
No,
was
I
like
didn't
exercise.
own one. You did. You owned one, not me.
I don't know.
I always wanted that
Oh
game.
my god, dude! Oh my god.
It'll
This is
work
the
out.
best part. It's 5 o'clock and I haven't slept. I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
I only got about 10 more minutes, fellas, myself.
Stop
but
it.
I could stay forever. You know what? Just keep them rolling. All right, I'm gonna use the rest of them. I'll be back. Keep them.
AI weather forecasting just took a big step forward. I don't know if y'all heard about this. Anyone?
Well, it's going to be an improvement because whatever those guys have been saying has been a complete boulder dash.
Aardvark weather and AI model offers high resolution for. Now, go
If
ahead.
you were the weather, what would you be like now? Pretend to be an expert in weather. What kind of weather were we going to have today in South Florida?
Based on Florida's patterns.
Florida's weird.
Is talking about weather.
Any thoughts on that, Roberto? Rabat.
Dude, this podcast is fun, and me and Joe I haven't left the building yet.
Actually, you're the only one. Mine died for like a half second. Fuck.
Not bad. Not bad. I got connection.
Must be my worst performance in terms of internet connectivity.
Well, you guys did invent the Fiat. I mean, I'm just saying, yeah.
As I goes along with that.
All right, I'm trying to choose the good ones because you're trying to make it wrap it up. So we got technically we got 10 more, but we can move through them fast. So if I cut y'all off, I'm not trying to be rude. But
my gosh, dude.
Anthropic's legal victory. Anthropic won an early round in a music publisher's AI copyright case. Does this mean AI can now legally hum our favorite tunes?
What was Anthropic's
I'm
case?
against copyright, so
There you have it.
I think
I
the question is
that creativity should be compensated by society. Okay, if you demonstrate that your creativity is well accepted, the created content should be given to the public. So there should be a sort of taxation as we pay taxes for, like, for example, in Italy, you go to the hospital, you don't pay. It's not like in America. But you pay because in your taxes, there is a huge chunk that is taken for the health, and so on. So there should be in the taxes a good chunk that goes on creativity. And when a musician makes something and people actually listen, it's going on in the radio, or you write a book and people buy it, etc., then it shows that you are appreciated, and in proportion, you receive a compensation from the government, which can go even to big numbers. But what you create become public domain. People can utilize, use it for other things, etc. That would be, I think, a perfect society. Like patents. Patents are used to stop things to be built, or just to make money out of people that doesn't know that the patent doesn't exist because the object doesn't exist. So patents should be there just to protect somebody that invested in a research. But if you don't create the item, you don't produce, you don't should be working on the direction, it should automatically become public domain, because you cannot use patent to troll other people, or So in this sense, I'm supportive, for example, of ChatGPT using, or who was Meta, they use all the books downloaded, like this. I'm more sad for people that actually distribute knowledge and then end up in legal troubles for it, like Aaron's words.
right.
Okay.
With AI music generation, it's not that they're taking like currently created music and using that as their model. What they did is they actually created a mathematical equation out of music, right? So we have 4/4 timing, we have 3/4 timing, we have all the different scales, we have all the different notes, and they created something that, how do we blend all these together and create these into instruments, into like an algorithm, like a mathematical equation. So it computes this information and creates the scales, the timing, and the instruments that are created together, not based off of previous models, but what is possible, which is really interesting on how they built that out.
Wow. That just fucked
You
me
cannot
up.
come out with another Bohemian Rhapsody for sure.
Yeah.
That's where the creativity of human need to be there,
That's fucked up. You're honestly making me think the world's gonna be just everything parallel, dude. Like there's
It's
just
kind of
gonna like a
like there's nothing left
literal,
to discover almost.
like an literal inverted version of everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's coming.
Absolutely. It's kind of wiping out creativity, which is weird because, love to write music, love to play it. AI music can make some pretty convincing songs, and it has come a long way, almost indistinguishable. I mean, there was even a fake country artist on Spotify that was getting millions of streams. I mean, it's passing a lot of tests here.
Yeah.
Wow.
And honestly, the real issue is just like, do they care? Do they care when they're listening? No, they don't. Who it is? Okay, well then it passes. You know what I mean? Did they skip it? No, then they like it. That's all they care about.
You know, the thing with, I was talking earlier about, wanting to make things. I mean, like, what drives me is the ability to make things, to create. So what happens if you take that from people? It's almost like, I mean, I think the reason why they created the Matrix is because they realized that the humans needed somewhere to exist, to do something, right? So that's how they lived, that their bodies lived and survived because they had something to do. So it's almost like it's cynical to say, like, if you take away creativity and automate everything, then what's the point of having, like, what's our purpose?
That's
And we don't have a
exactly what
purpose.
they
Like now,
they know that. They
there's
know
no
that though.
purpose.
They know
Who's
that.
Who's they though?
The people that are taking everything in all of our jobs, not just the money, but replacing humans. They're completely aware. Just like getting rid of artists and getting rid of musicians and replacing it with AI and making more money. That's the same shit.
But the thing is, like, it's like you're the thing is this: by doing that, you're killing the
They
goose that
know.
lays the golden eggs, because
They know.
humanity is the goose that lays the golden eggs. The golden eggs is the information, the creativity, what they trained this thing on. They trained it on human endeavors, right? So now, like, what happens when you we run out of data? So now we have to create, what do they call it? Fake data, or like, there's a word for it.
Synthetic
Like
data.
Dude,
Synthetic data. right? So what happens when you give it synthetic data, then it just starts doing weird things. Like, then the more you do it, it gets weirder and
But what
weirder.
happens when an entire economy is based on that?
And that's exactly it. Like
I
the
mean-
workers need the money to fuel the economy, unless they're envisioning some different economy where they really don't need us anymore.
That's what I'm trying to say is like, this shit is going to blow up in their face because it's either they do this silently and then everyone's like, what happened? Like when it's too late, or we stop it in the middle. It's one or the other.
Now we're getting into like the
So the
lizard
question
people.
to me, who is the consumer? Because when you know who is the consumer, then all the economy behind this is attached to it, right?
Other
Is
businesses.
the consumer is the consumer AI itself? Is the consumer, decided by AI? Is the consumer the final user human? So I mean, like you gonna always need a bed to sleep on, or not? I don't know. I mean, how are we put out of the algorithm if we are the algorithm in a certain way or we are not? And then. So it is interesting to think what is gonna be of many of us, because everything is gonna be. I think the issue is not the final result. The issue is the shift toward the final result. So the moment of transformation is gonna be very painful for many people. After that, things gonna be okay. But
it's like the moment where like they're talking about the poles shifting, right? There's going to be a moment. It's like it's moving, but at some point there's going to be like this tipping point where it's going to shift, maybe drastically, and
Which
it's going to cause
they
some
probably
havoc.
already modeled that scenario though. They had to.
Absolutely. And I
They
wonder
GPT'd
how
it.
long. Yeah, right. I wonder how long we rely on AI to create these things that we are creating, right? The art, the music. How long would it take for humans to lose that ability? Would we be sitting around in 20 years around a campfire and be like, hey, remember when we used to make music and songs? How did that go? Like, bump, bump, bump. And we just couldn't figure it out. Like, we lose that ability.
give me
Go
an
ahead.
example of something that we cannot do anymore today. That
Our reproductive rights, for one.
Amen. No, look at any past position. We don't have a lot of milkmen anymore, right? Newspaper boy, those really aren't popular. A lot of the positions we had on the lines for automobiles are now automated. So yeah, we
Milkman.
had a lot of manual processes. We used to have coal shovelers to put, coal into the furnace. So we've had a lot of advancements. The jobs get replaced. They're usually replaced with something else, right? But I just wonder, like, does it change the demand? And do people just feel a sense of just feeling lost, like losing their purpose, losing their mission and purpose? Could that go away?
People
fine.
used to
A
shine shoes for
prostitute
jobs.
hardly is gonna be replaced. Yeah, right. So probably at the end, the first job in the world is gonna become also the last.
Well, instead of trying to figure out what she said, you're just going to hang out with a robot AI, and you don't have to worry about what she said.
You just make fun of her.
Meaning like make AI and robots to, how do I say it? Like, because social interactions are awkward. We have feelings. We don't want to deal with feelings. So we use artificial, products like porn and things like that. That's an artificial product, let's say it, because you don't want to actually take the effort to have a relationship or to talk to somebody or to risk getting hurt. So
Rejection.
it's easier to go with something that's not going to hurt you or not going to reject you or say something bad about your physical appearance or whatever. It's always accepted. So because back in my day, we had to ask girls out, right? So we had to train to get our game up by actually talking to somebody. So in a sense, you're saying we're losing our game in many ways by allowing the AI to do it for us.
But
If
even
you
now,
compare-
AI, even just Tinder is already removing the risk of rejection, because potentially you already have a common agreement to start on top of it. So yeah, so more tools we receive, weaker we become in our own capabilities to do without the tools.
But what we're seeing is, yes, they're being rejected less, but they're also getting less dates because they are no longer actually taking the initiative. They're scared of either the rejection or the effort that it takes to go out and speak with people, which is why you see such a shift in the younger generation now with dating. Many of them don't have licenses now because they don't plan on getting a car. It's either out of reach for them or it's just not important. Same can be said for a lot of dating. So you see a lot of them abstaining from sex. So a lot of them are later age virgins. They haven't been on dates before. They're losing a lot of the social interaction that we used to have. So I wonder longer term, term, I mean, we're already seeing the effects of it, and that wasn't even with AI. That's just technology and post-COVID.
I'm
I
definitely
wouldn't
seeing like
Where do we
say
go?
I've been
a
missing
newer
STDs there, Bob.
conservative movement.
Of course, yeah. But hey, you know what? Now we're seeing like a declining birth rate, right? And there's
Yes.
we can no longer meet the replacement level to feed into the system, right? I feel like people just like they got priced out of the market. How can we continue to afford, and feel like we're putting towards something when it's just like, man, it's like the cards are against us. So yeah, we're
Dude,
going to see this shift.
it's crazy to think like it's like when people have money, they're literally more liberal with their lifestyles too. And as they're more constricted, you're seeing the next generation being conservative literally in how their appearances as well. It's kind of interesting.
That is
Yes.
interesting. And I wonder if it's more so based on the economic factors or the money. But I almost feel like it's the opposite. The richer you become, the more conservative you become. And I don't know if that's just recency bias with seeing all the big players who are now getting chummier with the new administration. I think they're playing both sides. They don't really care about who's on. Whoever's in office, they're going to appeal to them.
It's a good ass point. Yeah.
I don't
Oh.
think they're out here really being their own version of the conservative justice warrior here. I feel like this is just for their own. They're just trying to survive, and they want to stay ahead. So they want to make sure they're chummy with the right people.
Yeah, I just saw a whole video today of like congressmen and they're all on their phones in the court, just like scrolling social media. And I'm like, oh my God. Like you're supposed to be doing your job with this thing, taking notes or something, and everyone's on their phone, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. While the person's on the microphone speaking. Like, God damn.
I think what
They're having
happens,
AI
They get
take their
paid
notes.
for it.
Yeah.
I think what happens a lot of times with the different as generations go, like you don't like you. It seems like the kids are always rebelling against their parents. So back in the '60s, the parents were conservative, the kids rebelled, they became the hippies, right? And so full circle now, the sort of the liberal parents, they're like the kids are like, dude, I don't want that, and then they're rejecting that sort of lifestyle and now becoming conservative. Like
And we're going to
this
see
generation,
that flip again.
they're always rebelling against their parents. So if the parents are liberal, they're gonna be like, I don't want that. I don't want that. So like it's fascinating. Like this generation, they're more conservative. They're going to church more. It seems like the sort of they're drinking less. I mean, they did like the graph. Generation X, drinking up here. This generation is like hardly at all. Plus, booze is expensive, I guess.
That is interesting. Absolutely. Yeah. Is it more of just the rebellion factor? They just want to go against the grain and kind of be their own person.
Or they look at their parents and go like, I don't want that. I mean, they're literally looking at their lifestyle and like how messed up they are, and it's like, I don't want to do the same thing. Kids
Damn. So if you
kids
want
are
your kid to
smart.
behave,
What?
if you want your kid to behave, just act crazy as fuck.
I'm not associated with that parent. That's not me.
Yeah, no, I don't know that guy. I don't know that guy. I don't know Bob. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So it's interesting. It's
It
fascinating.
is.
Analysts expect minimal AI impact on profitability in 2025. Does this mean AI is still learning the ropes of corporate ladder climbing? That's a good one.
I think AI just needs to pull
Get on
themselves
its
up by their
knees.
bootstraps, go back to
Get on
school,
its
maybe
knees.
learn a trade.
I think they need to get back get those TPS reports back in. You know what I mean?
No kidding. I think companies are struggling to figure out how they can really utilize it, and it may not be the biggest game changer that they envision, or they're just getting pushback. They're expecting their employees to now train these AI models to replace their job, and I think a lot of
Oh
them
my
are
gosh.
putting up a fuss and saying no, thank you. It's the same if an actual human replacement came in. Do you want to trade your replacement, or are you just going to say, you know what? Hey, 2 weeks just isn't for me. I'm gonna head out. Thanks, guys. I'm gonna keep my thoughts and my processes.
That's a crazy thought. Man,
Wow.
wow. I'm kind
Downer,
of
bro.
a little paralyzed by that one.
Oh man,
Sir. Way
No,
to
that's
ruin
so
it. Dude.
real.
Great podcast. Great.
Dude, well,
Thanks.
because no,
Who invited that guy?
my brain just went to like, what do? You're just like, no, that just doesn't want to act right. AI just doesn't want to. Like, you just keep acting like you can't get it to behave. Still working on its behavior. It's got an issue.
yeah, I was like, I should have that report in 24 to 48 hours. You're like, well, what's the point? You know what? Screw you. I'm talking to Marcia in accounting. She'll get that to me right away.
Dude, but also the way you said that it might as well keep your thoughts. You're saying like I can go start my own company instead of replacing myself. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And a lot of the times what happens is ex-employees, if they're asked about their passwords or what was your process, you're like, well, one, I don't work for you anymore. And two, you can hire me as a consultant at X amount of dollars per hour. So if the company really wants your information, make them pay for it.
I can see the
That's real.
conversation happening for the employee of the Mint. I'm going to
Wow.
open my own company now. I'm going to print my own dollars.
I wonder if AI employees would be recognized in the same way as humans. And would the benchmarks change? Would AI agents only become the employees of the month?
That's a good ass point, and it's only if you don't know it's an AI, so it's fucked.
Well, I could. You know
Oh my
what? I
God,
hope. I
that's
hope
just
they don't.
something.
I hope they don't cook fish in the cafe in the lunchroom. That's all I'm saying.
They only eat fish. Don't you know that's what AI runs on?
This is something I didn't think about. When you are an employee in a company and you have no idea if the other guy you're talking to online and doing documents together like this is an actual human or is an AI. That's a very, very good point. That will be scary.
Wow, dude, can you imagine?
Start flirting. This secretary is amazing. Oh, hey, why don't we go together? The secretary, no, sorry, I'm busy. I cannot do like, hey, why you always says no? I have to confess something. You know what? You're lesbian? No, I'm an AI. I so worse.
That's worse. I'd rather you be a lesbian.
Wow, you're just always treated as robot.
Give me
You
something
don't
to
know
work with.
why.
You know what I mean? At least I can work with this.
No kidding. You're like, but yeah, it's similar pushback from clients as well. Do we make the AI employee, do we make it apparent that it is an AI, or do we make it more human? And arguably, are humans becoming more robotic now? We're always staring down at our phones. It's almost like we're in a trance. So who's
Only know 10
replacing the
words.
roles? Yeah, exactly.
If I interact with a company and I'm interacting with the front end is an AI, why does it mean the opposite? That also my side is an AI. So we really go to the point that AI is talking to the AI and we are cut off from the process, right? So that might think because they're putting AI in decision-making position because they don't want
Dude.
the human aspect to fall into, like Char, for example, is a perfect position for an AI because so you don't have anybody to blame. If you get fired, you cannot get upset with a human and go set their house on
So
fire.
you made me think, like some kind of docu-sign, but for an AI conversation. You're like, yes, we've agreed to go into this conversation together with our AIs, and this is
Right.
legally bound or whatever.
You know what I think it can be another good business that we can do
Let's
is
do it.
a tool to
I'm down.
cryptographically sign similar because it comes to mind for what you say to cryptographically sign our online presence. For example, this podcast, who says that it's me, it's not an AI generated avatar. So I can cryptographically sign that me is me, and you can see it's embedded in the video. So I can add it to my video, plus also a frame with the
That's wild.
signature.
That's wild.
And
Like
we
you're like
can get the
thumbprinting
system
it
to
in a way, right? Like watermarking.
It's a sort of watermark, but it is a cryptographic signature based on the frames. So you can post one every 10 frame, one every 5 seconds of video, 3 seconds of video, depends on the
What if we
importance.
created the world's first 24/7 podcast? Like
It could be something.
that's.
Live news,
I mean,
24/7.
like it's just
We
going
need
like
AI.
4 people talking to each other for hours.
We need fucking AIs and it would work.
Everybody, let me introduce you. My wife, she's
I-
Hello, how are you?
We meet new characters every episode.
Yeah, right.
That's actually the creation of the bacon comes from her.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was
bacon.
gonna say. I was gonna say thank you for the bacon.
I mean, do you like? Okay, do you actually raise the bacon yourself out the back or something?
Well, her family raised the bacon themselves.
That's what I'm
yes.
talking
So
about.
that's
That's what
Wow.
I'm talking about.
we get the full production from
Whoa.
zero to bacon.
That's awesome.
Mind blown.
That's a good name for the channel. From zero to bacon.
I love that. I'm gonna use that as my new sliding scale. On a scale from 0 to bacon, how interested are you? I'm all bacon.
Correct.
I kind of bake. Not on, but I'm kind of bake.
The 24/7 podcast. That's amazing.
Dude, it's a great idea. I just wish it was more feasible. Like, I wish I could really, like, actually do that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
what do you, like, am I going to be in bed sleeping? You know what I mean?
we just have a model each. Each of us feed his own interest, knowledge, books, and things, and then you let these four models talk to each other.
Be so interesting, and to see how the models would react to each other based on our own
Personalities.
viewpoints, right?
Exactly.
And
Our own feed. What documentation you feed to the model? Like, and you if there is not to put a video, is audio only. Is like in a radio, FM radio. Like those
Dude, I can't imagine
channels.
that there's not a company already making this.
And
probably
then
not
maybe
24/7, but
maybe once in a while we'll pop in, like we'll do this live, like we'll do live once in a while, but the rest of the time it's just like,
And the big prize at the end of the month is for the user that says when it was us and when it was not. If you guess them 3 points in a month
But you know what's
when
cool?
it's us, you win
It's
the
like
prize.
it's like a rerun on television, but they're original all the time.
yes.
right.
And maybe it's possible to interact with, like, maybe people can go on and like have like a chat where they make comments, right? So it can sort of pick up the comments and start like, like more interactive.
Yeah, what part of the conversation stuck out so you know the topics that matter? That's a good one.
Hey, that's a
Really
good
cool.
question.
This thing.
My God, dude.
From zero to bacon. Bacon is because the model is gonna roast the processor or whatever is going to be run. But
it's like a tech piece of bacon. It's like a microchip in
Technology
it.
bacon.
Technology bacon. All right, hey, give me technology bacon.
Yeah, I'm gonna prompt that right now. That's really good.
Quantum bacon.
Technology
Quantum bacon.
Quantum bacon.
Bacon.
quantum bacon from zero
Yo,
to
that's
would
the
quantum-
show. That's the show. Quantum bacon.
Look at all of us. We're like busy, like typing away. We're like, oh, I don't even know what we're doing right now.
Holy shit.
Oh my gosh.
Let me go to the next question. We got 5 more questions.
Oh my
The
God.
UK's Labour Party urges expediting the AI safety bill. Is this a call to ensure our AI doesn't develop a rebellious teenage phase?
It will.
I think
Can't avoid it.
if you talk to your AI, if you communicate, I don't think it's going to rebel.
Only if you're using the non-Chinese version.
The Chinese models
known. I'm against Afghani AI. I don't use any Afghani AI.
Yeah, me neither.
Okay, and that's it. But Chinese, why not?
Oh, but
It's just a
check this out.
personal thing.
Syrian AI as well.
Just check this out. Back to our 24/7. Now, once we do it in English, we can also simultaneously publish it in different languages.
That's true.
If it's out your stream, yes, why not?
Hey,
But
can
at
you
the
imagine?
same time, it's going out in the different languages. It's one podcast, but it's being broadcast with different languages to different countries. But we
So,
can't call
can
it
you
bacon
imagine-
because all the Muslims are going to get mad at us. We're going to have like, I don't know.
Watch
Maybe
AI,
on the zero part.
AI
until
of
you
mass
hear-
destruction.
What?
Like, what if that's a new reason to invade a country? They have AI of mass destruction.
Oh my God.
Absolutely. Yeah, they could definitely make that. Now, if
I thought every AI is a mass destruction.
no kidding, look at what ChatGPT said how it could fit technology and bacon together. Superposition strips. Each slice of bacon exists in multiple states at once. Crispy, chewy, burnt, and raw. Until you observe it or bite it, imagine a strip shimmering and phasing between forms. And then they have another one, entangled ends, where they remove the bacon and entangle the ends. One curls, one uncurls, and they both exist. Bacon twins forever linked. So the way
Schrödinger.
I'll show you this bacon. Let me copy the image.
God, dude, what
My
is
God.
going on? Dude? I'm losing my mind, dude.
It's the spooky bacon theory.
It is. Yeah, they have 2 different. Oh, I can't
Instead of
paste the
spooky action
image.
at
Yeah.
a distance, it's spooky bacon at a distance.
Spooky bacon theory.
Holy cow! Yes, this is good.
So,
I'll have to email
a
you guys this
bacon-
bacon.
Falls in the woods, does it make a sound?
Oh,
That is a great point. Because the other prompt that it posed was uncertain sizzle. You never quite know where the sizzle is coming from or even how hot the pan is. Heisenberg's cooking principle. The bacon floats slightly above the pan, hovering in a probability cloud. No, I'm going to use that as the prompt because I like the uncertain sizzle.
uncertain sizzle.
Joking
That's a
about the
great
truth.
name for a podcast. The uncertain sizzle.
That's a good one. I like that.
I feel like the bacon reference, people would relate more to it. Like, I don't know, like I just understood quantum computing with that sizzle reference. Like that was perfect. How hot the pan is. Like
The quantum sizzle.
Schrodinger's.
Sizzle.
That is so cool.
How about the quantum schnizzle?
Schnizzle or schnitzel. Yeah, all of them could be good.
What is it
NVIDIA
like? My kids don't like me when I talk like that language they use, like the kids are using, it's very like, like
Lang?
slang. It's very like skibbity.
Oh my
You know?
gosh.
Skibbity toilet.
Yeah, yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah,
I
they
bet
have
skibbity
their.
quantum bacon.
Don't do that to me. Please don't.
Don't do that. We should just like, I don't know, like we got to incorporate like some other popular thing like Minecraft or Roblox or something. Really appease to the AI enthusiasts of the younger generation.
Yo, that's got to exist. I
I
didn't
don't know
even think
if you
about
guys notice in social media there is this flood of the second date update. It was a radio show in Seattle, I think, and there are those clips that are put. And as in the background, there are some video games, can be like Minecraft or some other things, because as a radio show, there's no video to attach to it. And not only is interesting as a combination of those kind of video can keep you stick because you are listening and looking at the thing is really magnetic. And second, the actual show is hilarious. It make me laugh so hard every time. It's a good.
What's a good platform for us to communicate? I don't know if you know what I mean, like to text and to images and
Telegram.
videos.
We're all in Telegram except you, I think.
except Chris.
No,
Wait, I'm
except
on
for
there.
me.
What was it?
No, I totally downloaded it. I even made a brand new Instagram account for all you guys.
Oh, yeah. Forgot
I
about
have
Yeah.
Telegram. I have Telegram.
Yeah, we're on there. I mean, email is cool, yeah, but if there's more of an instant update to some of the things, that's cool. But I did just send you guys the bacon prompt and 2 of the images that were generated. Feel free to
Where?
utilize that.
Through email?
Post
Via
them,
Oh, there
email.
it is. Fantastic. I'm here. There we go.
Hey,
Hey.
look at that. One of them has an
Dude.
atom in there.
Oh my gosh, there's so many posts right here. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. You like, oh, there, look, check this out, dude. Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited now. Oh, dude, look, are you on Telegram right now?
Yeah, we're on there.
I am.
Dude, so I posted this thing I was working on today. Hold on, it's gonna come. It's even like I took what Roberto gave and then I redid it. Even, do you see it?
Nice. Yes.
Well,
I'm gonna add this to the edit of the podcast.
Wow, I have
The
to check it when I get out
Forturanos.
of this. I didn't realize I don't have Telegram on my computer, but oh well.
bummer.
Dude, I did a whole bunch of different ones. I mean, it's a
But I'll check.
combination of like Futurama and like, what is that show, dude?
You got to look that up because I really think it's called Big Mouth. It's like all based on conspiracy. It's a
Wow, I
cartoon.
forgot about that one.
No, it's not Big Mouth. God, I had it in the tip of my.
I literally made my profile picture is the kid from Big Mouth because I look like him.
No kidding. There's like there has to be something more to that because that's
It's like
scarily good.
uncanny resemblance.
Yeah. So now I got to find this Telegram app that I've opened twice.
I'll go to the next question in the meantime.
Okay, go ahead.
Apple's AI training with maps data. Apple plans to use images from its maps look around feature to train AI models. Could this mean our iPhones will soon help us navigate not just the streets, but also the complexities of our daily lives?
It can help us navigate, but it can also put an exact pinpoint on our location and a timeline for us. So you just feed this image in and it's going to tell you exactly what cross street and where this was taken. So I feel like it's a win for some creepy people out there, maybe some stalkers, maybe
Shit,
the
I didn't
intelligence
think about
community.
that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That'll be interesting.
Wow.
Even a picture, like honestly, I really shouldn't be showing the location of my door in comparison to the room because someone can reverse image search and find my exact location, if we're being honest.
It's a good point. Just like looking at the hinges and
It's like, oh, there's only, 10 possible buildings that have this type of style. No other have it. It references closely enough to these other images made available online. So yeah, it could be something that we have to be careful of, but it would be cool because I'm seeing a lot of, I believe it was the Meta Quest, and even Samsung. You can now point your phone at something, a product, and it will pull up information or a link to the website.
nice.
You guys saw that to this mention trying to use the cell phone to take a picture of the moon. I think some Chinese brand cheated, and when you zoom in, it shows all the crater and everything, but they try to put just a white spot on the wall and put dark in the room and zoom in, and it looks like it's the moon. So this is actually fake. And I wonder, this use of inserting generated things in some photo that we, beside all the filters of all the social media application, but are we going to trust even the picture that we take? Not only what we see online that can be AI generated, but even the picture that we take, not yet, it's still not something that we can trust fully.
Wow,
Well,
you're like,
if
there's no way she's that pretty. You just don't believe it.
so if you have AI
Exactly.
embedded into your device and you take a picture, it's possible that it will try to kind of like make it even better. So it will
Exactly.
change it. Oh, by the way, the show that I was thinking is Gravity Falls. That's the one that I was.
Okay, nice.
It's Gravity Falls crosses Futurama. That's what we got going, I think. And just a thought.
Nice.
Never heard it, but I'll check it out.
Dude, it's like The Simpsons. It looks like The Simpsons. And well, not really, but it's kind of that style. No, actually not really, but it's my daughter loves that show. Anyways,
Is that on like
that
a
was it.
Netflix or what?
Gravity Falls. I don't know. You find it somewhere. I think it's on
Not
Netflix,
important.
maybe.
Just wonder. Just wonder. NVIDIA launched Blackwell Ultra and Vera Rubin at GTC 2025. Are we on the brink of AI that can process data faster than we can say artificial intelligence?
Yes.
That's a long word. Yeah. I don't even know how to spell it. Who's got the pigeons? Is that Roberto? Is that you with the pigeons in the background?
Yes. Oh my God. Because I have a microphone trouble, and now I'm using a microphone that is 3 meters from me, so I need to put it
Wow, I
super
didn't even notice.
powerfully
Now I hear
sensitive.
it. I just barely noticed it until right now.
I got the question. Pigeons or lunch?
Exactly. There are some
Wow.
lunch at the place and lunch is flying around for tomorrow.
Did it land on the electrocution wire yet?
All
Cooked it.
organized by AI, obviously.
Alberto's like, I shoot him.
Wow. Wow. So
Sing like the bacon.
we're here technically on the last question. This is a weird one.
God help us. Thank you, God.
Susan Summers' husband created an AI-generated digital twin of the late actress. Are we stepping into an era where AI helps us keep loved ones' legacies alive, or is this just the ultimate form of digital
What the fuck?
nostalgia?
Well, if you've seen
is
the
interesting.
movie, what's that movie? Well, dude. What's that show? Netflix, dude. It basically put a thing in the back of their neck, and they live forever. Like they just keep putting their consciousness into a new body. They just like unzip a new body out of the freezer, put the chip in, and now you live like so. That's like, which causes problems. I mean, if you live for a long time, it's gonna do some weird things to your psyche. I think people should die, naturally, you know. So I don't know what's gonna do when your mind's like he's lived for 1,000 years. You know what I mean?
I'm just like, you
Black
don't think
Mirror.
Black Mirror. That I
I
gotta
was just
see
gonna
that.
say you don't think the people running the world have that on their mind?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, I always ask myself, like, you don't think they have a place to go if they're destroying our planet?
Mars.
Mars.
Not the chocolate. We know
Wow.
the planet.
Wow.
It's in
No,
the
yeah,
Milky
it's
Way. Again, not the chocolate bar. The galaxy.
Wow. Both candy.
yeah. Well, we
But
can't go to
y'all got any
Mercury, not
thoughts
the
on
car.
that? On the digital twin of keeping your loved one alive? Any last thoughts?
I
Yeah,
It
think,
is
they're doing
interesting.
it. That's something that is already happening, yes.
I mean,
I think in
I can understand keeping someone's like memories alive. Like you don't want them to go, so you want to like, keep them here in spirit and like tell me about their lives. That's going to be a thing.
I think letting go is important because if you can't let go, it's like the past becomes an anchor, and then you're stuck in the past for a long time.
Absolutely.
When I was a kid, my parents make me spend the holidays with my grandparents, but I didn't like cemeteries so much, like.
God,
Wow. Wow.
So I think
It got
I think
dark.
and I
It's
there's
so dark.
the alive people that is no more alive can be fun. I was actually thinking, should I start training? Which is the right moment to start training an AI to be me, so that I can leave a keychain for my kids to always, ask the question or have a chat, cover the camera when they do their own thing.
Dude, and you know what's crazy is it takes somebody like you to do that so everyone else can realize, damn, I need to do that.
yeah. So don't do
Yeah,
that
I'm a
because I don't want to do that
trendsetter.
right now. I'm busy.
Like,
Nah, for
Carlos is
real.
like,
Like Roberto, I swear you're like the perfect person that would actually make something like that and make it super simple.
Yeah, it is
Maybe
simple, but
maybe we can vibe code that.
I just don't know what you would put it into, you know what I mean?
That's the important thing. You know, I used to collect everything. I had every boarding card of every flight I ever been. I need a receipt to every shop I've been, because my plan for my retirement was to then relive all my life step by step by all those, things that I collected. Then a flooding came and all the garage were under water, so I lost everything up
Damn.
to, and then I started collecting after that. Was kind of annoying, but I have still some memory, but not as many as I wish I had. To say
Dude, you know
that
what's weird?
specific day I was there.
I attribute that to like the things we care about the most, right? Like that's your subconscious building up. Like some part of your body or your mind already knew those things really mattered to you for some reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, like, first of all, because as a kid, the people didn't really, starting with my parents, which was the sad part, didn't believe me much. So I say, you know these things, man, So having a proof was kind of key to say, look, this is the whatever it is, to prove what I'm saying is true. So that was an important thing, because if I need to write a biography one day, people say, yeah, a lot of fantasy around this thing, but is it really?
It's a lot of trauma right there, bro.
People need to just put it.
You
Shit.
unzip me, Doc.
Nah, but if you go back in Roberto's timeline, he's been doing this his whole life, so it's crazy.
In fact, the third time I'm repeating.
Anyways, this pretty much wraps it. We do need to come up with an official name though, so let's brainstorm in the chat whatever we're gonna name this.
Yeah,
The
is there an
show
active
or
chat?
the group?
Shit, both. Let's get some names going. Start making some merchandise. Let's go.
Dude, I mean, the Forturammers, maybe that's too much. Maybe that's too much to say. The Forturammers.
Bro, I'm sure
I
you
don't
throw it into AI and AI will just be like, what are y'all talking about? Here's some names for you.
Yeah, no kidding.
I tried
Zero
that,
for
but
Zero to Bacon. Or maybe the tagline from Zero to Bacon. So the Forturanas from Zero to
from
Bacon.
zero to bacon. I like that. That has it all in there.
Because we talk a lot about AI, but tomorrow we're gonna talk a lot about something different. So I think
True.
maybe something more generic.
True.
But it is future. Like we are future, kind of like we are like we think about
Look
the
at tomorrow.
implications of things that we do or what's happening in the world. So it's like, but there's like an element of like conspiracy because we don't really know, but it could go sideways. But it's a possibly, it could
Yeah, we
potentially.
get into a little bit of fringe, a little bit.
I mean, we didn't even get into the pyramid thing. That was a cool thing that came out recently.
You
I'm
mentioned
just
that you're
saying.
talking about what's under the pyramids, and I'm like, okay, tell us more. And then I think we jumped to another topic.
Yeah, you weren't interested. That's fine. You said I read the
I'm
room.
pulling it up right now.
I read the room. See, I didn't need AI for that.
Nobody cared, so I left it.
Really?
Well, I'm asking about it now. Send me an email. I'm asking about it.
I don't really know. It just sounds fascinating. It's a whole new world. I
literally-
mean, like, dude, the thing underneath the pyramid they say is as tall as like the Freedom Tower. It's like underground.
Interesting. And
Like
what do some people speculate that it might be?
I
Can't
think
wait.
it's so deep that it goes on the other side of the earth and is the Easter Island heads.
Whoa.
That's right. That's
okay,
right.
it's shit. It's worse. It's crazier than that.
Okay?
What?
Is ChatGPT pretty good, or
Holy shit.
are you looking at the
Okay,
pyramids?
hold on.
He's like, no, I got to do another show. Wait,
Are we done
Recent
recording?
claims-
I'm cutting the lights. Are we done
Recent
recording?
claims
Is that
emerged
it?
suggesting the discovery of a vast underground city beneath Egypt's pyramids of Giza. Researchers from Italy, I don't trust it. And Scotland utilized radar technology to identify structures such as vertical columns, spiral staircases, and water systems extending over 1 kilometer below ground. They
That's a
proposed
lot.
that this subterranean network could be the mythical Hall of Records, a legendary ancient library said to contain knowledge of Atlantis. However, assertions have been met with significant skepticism. Yeah. But that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Underground city? What?
Oh, I can dive deep into any of those conversations. If there's some good YouTube channels or anything that covers that topic, I'm all about alternative history and
I
things
think
we haven't been taught.
we should discuss. We should get into it and then come back with our thoughts next time. I think that would be a cool way.
That's just the
Start the
fancy
next
book
one.
club with Mark Steps, but I'm down for it. Yes, absolutely.
Just a thought.
You're
Just,
like,
I
hey,
mean, we
should-
got
it
a
is.
riff.
No, it's good. Yeah. If we can kind of like, it's kind of like taking our independent thoughts, so we can, not be influenced by others and just bring our thoughts to the table.
Yeah, I mean that's what we're doing now. It's kind of crazy.
I don't know
I
why
like
it's
it. And we're
cutting
gonna
me
do-
out. What the fuck?
I like this.
You've been
though.
banned.
Queso banana.
Banana.
Thank you.
I still got some bread.
Thank you, Roboto.
Back.
Wait. I
I'm
got
trying
some
to-
cheese too. I'm eating cheese.
Hey, there we
Yeah, a little
go.
cheese.
Very nice.
On the bread.
The cheese is under the sauce.
Mm.
Coffee.
Actually,
Yeah, I gotta
drink a coffee.
reheat this
I
espresso,
think
man.
that we do a cooking show.
Wow.
A cooking show.
Cooking is good.
It goes into Roberto's kitchen.
Roberto's.
Roberto's kitchen, yeah. That's really good. I like that.
How about we'll do
Roberto's
specific topics?
stomach, you know,
It just turns into like the belly of the beast.
the belly and the beast.
The belly and the beast.
The belly, I don't know, is the beast.
Anyways, let's wrap it up. Let me know when
Or
you
we
all
can
news
make
again.
conspiracy. We can make conspiracy theories about each other. We just make stuff up.
Yeah.
Only-
Oh, that'd be really good.
Which one's true? Fans vote.
That's right. That's right.
All right. I'll see you.
All right.
I'm gonna head out.
It's been a pleasure, fellas.
Okay.
Thank you again.
Yeah,
for sure.
Appreciate it.
Awesome.
It's
How
been
long did we
fun.
go? How long was this
Just
madness?
don't close
3
your
hours.
windows. Let everything to upload properly. Yeah, don't forget that.
Yep.
All
I'm
right.
gonna keep the window
Um,
open.
Yeah, me too. Bye, guys.
That
Yeah,
was like
not the
3
one of your
hours.
house. Yeah, the actual one in the computer.
Thank you, fellas.
Good night,
Always
Chris.
a pleasure.
Ciao.
Have
a good night,
It's been a
guys.
pleasure as always. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.
The sun's coming up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Time to get some rest. 3 hours.